everybody. How's everything going on this Saturday evening? And can everyone hear us? And we have some wonderful people in the chat. But before we do that, the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. That's the way we became the Brady Bunch. Well, the sound check freaking works. There we go. All right. Close that down. Anyway, we're using StreamYard to stream. How appropriate.
So the first time you've done this with more than 2 people, right? With StreamYard?
Yes.
Don't pick my nose.
Way up in the corner, powered by StreamYard.
You can pick your friends, Devin, but you can't pick my nose, okay?
You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your nose. Boom, 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 bum, 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 bum. Do-a-diddy-did. Stop. Stop it.
You sure that was water?
I don't think it's water.
That looks very tonic and gin-like to me.
No, vodka.
Shh.
Oh, straight vodka.
Straight. With a lemon slice.
I already got banned from Facebook for a 5th time thinking I'm a Russian agent, so let's not talk about vodka.
No, it's because of your last name. Dude.
I'm going to put my real last name,
no,
okay?
Dude, you do not want to put your real... Make up a fake last name. Something
Smith.
that sounds legit. Smith, hey?
Williams.
Yeah.
Jones.
Alias Smith and Jones. All right, let's say hello to the... That was a good TV show. I like that. Let's say hello to the wonderful people in chat. We have...
They've only been waiting 45 minutes.
CP Cards and Dice. As he says, APA giveaway time on my channel. Come and win 92 APA baseball season. So check that out. Yeah, he's been doing... Check that out. And that should be some fun there. Also, Tabletop Sports Delaware, our good friend Chris. Check out his wonderful channel. Hello. Hello to Uncle Dave Gardner. In a lot of chat rooms, my name is Ron Juckett. I bet it is. I bet it is. As the question is from Uncle Dave, how old are you? Anyway, okay. Phantomatic. How you doing, my friend? Check out his channel. We have Remember the Great Sports, another wonderful card collecting channel. He sends cards out and he gets autographs back and he has wonderful stories.
Great stuff.
Check it out. It's a lot of fun. We have oh, that's me. God damn it.
We have poor Devin.
We have Itinerary Hobbyist, friend of Devin. You can't see Devin. Oh, there he is. He's like the guy on that show. He peeks over the now he's ducking.
It's Wilson from Home Improvement.
Check out Itinerary Hobbyist. That's our good friend Todd. And who else do we have in here? And we had Will. WVogs 18. All righty. Now that we're done with all the formalities, people will join. Jake Cruz. As again, we block out. Hello, Jake. Good to see you, my friend. And of course, Mr. Utah Mike Sports Time Machine, as he is giddy as a schoolgirl. The Yankees are, I think, beating the Red Sox again. My dad was swearing at the television, so things cannot be going well. Uncle Ron Juckett, any update on that combined no-hitter?
I haven't looked, but Houston was throwing a combined no-hitter through 8. 3 pitchers. But they'd walked 4 and struck out 7.
Yeah, it's just not as exciting.
Yeah, not when you're walked 4.
Yeah. So, Uncle Ron, how's everything going? Tell us about your channel and what's going on.
Retro Sports Network, and we played Game 1 of the 1982 Sim World Series tonight at 8 o'clock between the Orioles and the Expos. I won't spoil who won it, but it was a very good game, and I'm looking forward to a very good series. And
my autofocus is being silly.
My autofocus never works when I do my card collecting thing. I'm sitting there going, can you see this? It's this anyway. So, and what else, Uncle Ron? Sorry about that.
Let's see. No, that's all right. Look, squirrel. And also doing some AFL football.
Love it.
One of the most horrific games I think I've ever done last night.
I thought it was a good game.
It was a good game, but I think combined there were 10 turnovers.
It was a slobber knocker.
That's what I spelled it out for you. Yeah,
exactly.
So that's what I got going on my channel.
Devin,
what?
What's going on with your channel? How goes the creation of?
I have a channel.
You do have a channel. I haven't seen you on the channel in a while.
I do. I remember that vaguely somewhere.
I'm going
in
to
the
tell you something,
dark
Devin.
recesses of
I'm going
my
to tell you something,
mind.
Devin. Step away from the Star Wars game that I see you constantly playing in Discord. See, that's the other good thing if you're in our Discord. It's like spying on other people. What the hell's Devin playing now? Where's his women's wrestling league? I need some women's wrestling league on Devin's channel. What's he doing? I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm Luke Skywalker. He's playing.
Honestly, I'm spending more time on American Trucking Simulator than I am on that. So
You know, because we all have different names when you sign in, and so Discord's updated like 15 times in the last week, or so it seems. And so I'll look to see your friends are playing this, and I forget that it lists the game title first and the person playing it second. So several times I've looked to say, what is Steel Whip? And is that on Steam? Like, oh no.
no, that's just my handle.
The other funny thing when we first started Discord, right? It was Fandom D Saint, and we're sitting there going, we didn't know who it was. Who let him in? Do you know who that is?
I have no idea.
And it was me, Ron, and Devin. Hey, do you know who that is? And I'm like, we're sitting there writing the whammy, like, and then so I type a message. Who are you? Tell us. And he goes, it's me, Al. Oh, hi, Dave. How you doing? Then he changed his name to Fandom D Saint. Hey, Bobby Cantilano, how you doing?
Hey, Bobby.
She says, hello, everyone. Popping in for a quick hello. Hope everyone's doing well. Well, thank you, Bobby. And Sports Time Machine, Mr. Utah Mike says they got it. So maybe they got the no-hitter.
4 pitchers, I think. Good for them.
Tabletop Sports Seller says, give us the link to Discord. I will send you it in the email. I don't want to put it in here.
What? Why not?
All right, someone put it. All right. Can I do that? Is it?
I don't
You'd be able to. It's your
I wouldn't
channel.
do that.
I'll send it via email because this one, yeah, I don't want anyone getting in our Discord that doesn't belong in the bunker.
We already had to ban somebody today on your baseball card chat.
Yeah, that was fun. Uncle Ron, we banned him at the same. I banned him like seconds sooner than Uncle Ron. So then Uncle Ron unbanned him, and he was back in saying hello, except he wasn't saying hello.
No, it wasn't hello.
No. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? There's a monkey at the door. Should we let him in?
How is GGO and the monkey?
GGO and the monkey are working on their pilot, which will hopefully soon to be airing. We're writing. Nurse Teresa and I are writing some material for GGO and the monkey, and it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be Ask GGO, and it's going to be sort of like, what's that? Ann Landers kind of advice.
The following HBO feature is rated R. HBO will show these features only at night.
I remember that. Those were always my favorite show as a kid. Real sex on HBO. I'm watching this. And it usually was a bunch of people naked that you didn't want to see naked, but I didn't care. It was naked people. I didn't care. I was like, all right, yeah. Uh-oh! You know who that is? John WJ?
John W is.
That's John W. That's our good friend, John W. Death to Ming! I almost whammied him by accident. I was like, oh, God. And then I'm like, it's our boy, John W. How you doing, my friend? Our good friend. I'll let him reveal himself to the rest when he feels it's necessary. It's good to have a guardian angel. Like, you know what? We got to make our friend John W. moderator extraordinaire.
I think I know who that is.
I'm not telling you who it is. He must reveal himself. He is an angel. I love John W. Tribes fans here.
Lamont Cranston, right?
There's our good friend John. And then we have Tribes fan. Get your popcorn ready. It's SATURDAY, right? All right, Tribes fan. Check out his wonderful channel. All right. Now they're all trying to guess who John W. Oh, I messed up. As tabletop, is this John Williams? Wasn't he the dude on Star Wars?
Did the track to that? Did the NBC News theme? Jurassic Park.
Now this is funny. This is like guess who John W. is because he's giving hints. Biotic Flux.
That sounds like a bad diet.
I know who John W. is. I known it for a long time. I'll give another hint. Can I give a hint, John?
I'm going to type it in our private chat here.
Okay, you type it. Okay.
Nobody else can see.
Can see. You
All
type in
right.
the private chat. This is very exciting stuff here.
A
Yes.
chicken dinner for Devin.
Yes, you're
Okay,
correct.
okay. I thought so.
Sports Time
Hey,
Machine.
my memory is good.
Sports Time Machine and Jake Cruz. Dog. And for the win, Devin says in the private chat, dog. It is our good friend, Dog Sidious, is WJW, as my dyslexia kicked in. I went, WJ. Anyway, good to see him. Great. Bueller. Bueller has a new channel. It's Travis After Dark. It's kind of funny.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he gets like 10, anywhere from 10 to 30 people sometimes, or views. I mean, not even like, it's great because it's like 5. He just does a casual thing. You can really talk to him. Our good friend, Comics with Bueller. It's a lot of fun. Oh, you got me. So it's good to have our good friend back. Our Dog, are you going to be on with West Rosie Ninja? Anyhow, we'll wait for that. All right, Devin, what's going on with your channel? Don't think I forgot about that. Just because I lose track, I didn't forget about it, Devin.
Squirrel.
Let me throw a ball out there. Yeah, I got a channel somewhere that I used to do stuff for, but I'm not doing stuff for now because I'm distracted because I'm designing a game and it's taking all my time. And yes, I'm playing American Trucking Simulator and a couple other games on the computer that are distracting me even more. But the game's coming along. I got 6 scenarios at the playtest stage.
You play test it?
No, they're at the playtest stage where they're ready to be playtested.
Okay.
I've got the exact units, the exact board layouts,
Cool.
and everything, the rules and everything, special scenario rules and all that stuff. 6 more scenarios to go. I'm getting 2 done every 3 days, I guess. I like writing the initial part down, and then I sleep on it for a little while to let it percolate in my head like coffee, and then I go back and I finish it off. So, maybe another week and a half, and I'll have all the scenarios done. Then I can make up the counters, and then I can start sending the playtest kits out, and then I can start.
You know what might help you? You know what might help you, Devin, if you stop playing Star Wars.
Yeah, I know.
But Luke, he is your father.
Well, the thing is, I get so deep into working on it and typing and trying to enunciate and articulate in a proper printed English format, which I don't do when I speak. I speak American. Okay, that's what I do. Typing in English is much more different than it gets to the point where I work on a scenario for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm up cleaning the bathroom because it's the only way I can purge my palate of everything that's been going on in my head. And
usually when I go in the bathroom, I'm purging something else. But
yeah, well, anyway.
You want the carrot, Taco Bell.
It was kind of funny. My roommate Corey came out yesterday. She saw that I was working on one of the scenarios, but I was off like vacuuming the living room or something. She goes, "Oh, you're taking a break from writing, aren't you?" It's like, yes. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, I've got a lot of people that want to play test it for me, so I just need to kick myself in the ass and get the play test kit done and get it sent off and start play testing. Best case scenario, we'll see it published by December, January, February.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've been working
on that's best case scenario.
I've been working on my football game for 3 years now, and I'm still not anywhere close to. And again, it's like one of those things like Anthony did, something you want to play for yourself, and then see how it goes. It's interesting. Dave Gardner has been playing a lot of different football games, and you know how we blame Uncle Ron for our addiction with sports simming? Well, I got it. Dave Gardner a little
Wait
bit.
a minute.
No, it's true. You are a pusher of sports sims
You were
games.
doing that well before you met me.
Yes, but I want to blame you.
Okay.
I need someone to blame.
Got you there, Ron.
So, anyhow.
Go ahead.
But Dave Gardner's been playing a lot of quick play games. Not my thing, but they're fun. He's really into them, and they're fun to watch. And I can see where he got me to look up a game, that quick play basketball, which is actually kind of fun. Of course, when I showed it, it was like 45 minutes, but that's because I'm explaining it and enjoying it. And I'm going to go put a couple of those games up in the channel. But I went to the Digging Deep, which is now defunct. Digging Deep's now defunct, unfortunately. And I bought way too many games.
Really?
And I did. The boxing game is fun. Realism.
No, Dave and I spent a night with the golf game, and that was,
it's a lot of yeah, it's good. It's not bad stuff. And I think if you tweak the game you like, right? If you tweak the game you like, you can get it to play a little more realistic.
Three different versions of the golf game,
Yep.
And it would be like putting garlic, chocolate, and anchovies for an ice cream combination. You know, one of them works, and the other two.
I think like with the boxing game, I'm tweaking that.
I watched some of what you did with that. Yeah,
I have a way to play 3 rolls in a round, because 3-minute round. You know what I mean? Instead of 1 roll for each minute. The knockouts come way too like, it's just about wearing down the other fighter, and a guy gets knocked out. And
well, I was half asleep when I was watching one of your things last week, and I looked up and going, "Why have you got all these 10-8 rounds?" I don't remember hearing.
Oh my God, the scoring is like, he sneezed, it's 10-8. I was using the charts. It's a fun. That being said, I'm not making fun of the game. It's fun. It's highly addictive.
Yeah.
It's fun. You can tweak it to your own liking. There's a certain couple of things. So I took a look at the baseball game, which I bought, and the football and the golf, and I controlled myself by not buying hockey and soccer, at least. Baseball, again, I can tweak that where I don't have to use certain things, and you can still play it, and I think it's going to be fun. It's a percentage thing. That's all it is. It's like any other game. And the Digging Deep points, it gives you, like the guy, it gives you an opportunity to play a little better. That maybe right.
Well, the thing I like about the Downey Sports, and it is very quick playing, especially the football one, where basically it's like 14 dice rolls and you've got the entire game figured out. Something like that is great if you're playing as a team through a season and you want to find out what the rest of the teams are doing throughout the rest. If you want to fill out the week, you can fill out the rest of the week real easy.
So Devin, you mean, like, say you're playing the Broncos, right?
Exactly.
And then you just want the other results for the other teams.
You just want the other results.
Yes. That is very good.
Downey games, do that.
Hello, Will.
And bam, 100 dice rolls and you've got the entire week result.
Yeah, Dave did the entire 76 season using that Mike Seelock, which is 4 rolls per game, and he did it probably over the course of a couple afternoons.
And I think what I really enjoy, oh my God, he had a vicious thunderstorm. I was at work listening, right? And it was me and someone, I think Tribes Fan was in there. And what I like about him, what Dave does, his quick play games or any games, or you, Ron, or even Devin's, the enjoyment that you guys are getting from it. So I feed off that. I just enjoy listening to it or watching when I can. And that's what got me. I said, let me check out a couple. And some of them are free. You go to certain sites, you can get free version.
Yeah, the Mike Seelock stuff is all free.
Yeah.
And there's another one, if Dave is still watching, that does quick play football and basketball and hockey. That's all free. And there's, it's not going to give you stats, but one of the hockey game, actually, if you really wanted to sit there, he's got everyone broken down by 3 dice rolls on who scored and who would give you assists, if you really want to do that.
I just want to say hello to Philip Reynolds. Thank you for joining me again today. And then our good friend Dog says he wanted to know what we were using, and this is StreamYard, and it's free right now. Well, it's always a free version. There might be, as more and more people use it.
It is free as long as they can support it. Everyone who uses the free version is what I was told.
Yes. So, and then a monthly, you have to pay. I misread it. I think, Ron, I gave you wrong information. Remember, we were talking about
$20 if you pay for a full year.
For a full year, a month.
Right, or $25 if you go month to month.
Yeah. So,
but I don't. This is still pretty much a beta. I fully anticipate that people will be grandfathered, and that you'll never have to pay for it.
Yeah, it's great. I've been thinking, now if you get the $20 version a month, you can get rid of the StreamYard up here and add
your own logo up. You can change around. You can put an overlay on there, so we could have, like, the Al Red Sox, like if you ever came up with a Al Red Sox fan logo, we could put that up. Or
My logo is my friend's.
No, his logo is just the Red Sox logo. That's
Actually, I like the Patriot. I like the Steve Grogan Patriot helmet. That's
right.
my,
That would be.
I like that. That's
But you get Al. Show them. Just hit the different. This is what you get for free. Just go through the different.
Oh, okay. So you get
That's
me,
Al.
Woohoo!
or you can do this. Oh, that's kind of cool. Well,
Yeah.
sort of. I'm like, hey, and then we can do this. That's what we were doing. Then we can do this. Oh, I like that. I like that. Then we can do this. That didn't do shit. Then we can do this. That's a Brady Bunch. And then this is something we're going to do in a little bit. I got some. This is where, see, Dog does those wonderful slideshows. And Dog, we have to finish and we have to do over, if you want, the Ben-Hur thing because people loved it. And I would love to finish that with you, Dog. Because I'm not as good as that stuff with Dogs. So they basically idiot-proof me where I can do sort of a slideshow. And I'll show you real quick as Devin's laughing. He's like, Al's an idiot. This is, thank God.
I never.
And the delay is pretty quick.
Yeah.
At least in the studio.
Yeah. I haven't done a game. I might try my card and dice game. You know, like when I got to get game
Fort
3.
Time Machine's gotten quite good at doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Because I've watched it. I might try that because I think with the card and dice, it'd be kind of fun to do that with it. So let's do this. This is, again, I love this feature. Share screen.
You can have 6 screen elements on the screen at the same time.
So go ahead. Go ahead, Uncle
So
Ron.
you can have 6 people on. You can have 10 people in the room, but you can only have 6 people or 6 screen elements on.
So, like here, we're going to do this in a little bit. I have some photos. I think we'll have a good kick out of when we say, what are your thoughts on these photos? And we'll have some
This is a
fun with them.
Rorschach test.
It's a what?
What
Yes. Yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know if I pronounced it right.
I know what you're talking about. Like, they show you this and they go, now, will you kill the cat or will you let the cat go? Answer, it's nothing.
Boobies! Oh,
Yeah, boobies. We got some of those too. Don't worry about that because what's a stream without boobies? All right, so we'll stop sharing that. Anyway, we're back to the Brady Bunch as we lost 4 viewers on that.
Wow.
Awesome. So, Uzi Patrol. Wow, Uzi Patrol here. Hello, Uzi Patrol. Good friend of Devin. Oh, I didn't even read that. What does it say? It looks like you all are piloting a Voltron robot. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh, I remember that.
I'm the legs. So just remember that.
You're the legs.
I'm the legs.
So yeah, this is really a good alternative. I haven't tried the new Google Hangout thingy, but you can't have people on. It's only one person, yourself.
the only thing I've used the YouTube streaming for is to connect with my XSplit for the games.
Yeah.
And they even, on August 1st, I did some stream, I think something, and I looked, and the events were gone off the side. You can't even set up an event now.
Yeah. Our John W., our good friend, we know who he is, as we continue to cover Devin's face, and he does the Wilson thing. Is it Wilson?
Wilson?
From Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. He says he's going to have to get... Yeah, go ahead, Uncle Ron. I was going to tell him. Go ahead.
It's StreamYard.com, and you just have to fill out a couple things, and it's absolutely free.
Yeah, it's just an email. You're basically working off their... poor Devin. I miss your handsome face. I can't do that. I don't. So, as I say that, Tabletop Sports says to our good friend Devin, "Hey ho there, neighbor." All right. So, Devin's working on his, developing the military strategy games.
I finally have a working title for it. It's only been 3 months that I've been working on it. I finally have a working title for it.
Yes. Can we know?
Yeah, no, it's a secret.
No.
It's a secret. No, it's a Fall Blau, Bloody Road to Stalingrad.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it probably won't be the final title because I am so far running 4 for 4 on products that I've designed that my working titles have not made the actual titles.
So this is the meeting that it goes, Devin, we like your title. First of all, we want to say good work. We like the game. You did really wonderful stuff. Now, and it's good. We have no. It's wonderful. Now, your title. You know, we need to work on that. Okay. Now, give us your title again, and we'll just go through it. Tell us again.
Fall Blau, Bloody Road to Stalingrad.
Let's just get rid of the Flau Blau because most people can't pronounce that. What is that?
We tested that and we came up with GGO Drives to Moscow.
Yes, Uncle Ron, I like that.
Yes.
It's a diverse crowd we're trying to get into this military gaming.
All right, I suppose.
So I liked your title.
Yeah, I like the title too, but like I said, I mean, it's just
this could be the one. This could be the one.
The one's got to get through eventually.
I mean, when I used to go out to the bars late at night, I'm like, someone's gonna fall for this crap line, right? You throw it out there enough, you're gonna
stick.
Something's gonna stick. You just hope
That's
you can
what she said.
Exactly. You're just hoping to get the hell out of there before the daylight. Your arms. Larry Harris. Oh. Cliff Branch passed away at 71. God rest his soul.
Hall of Fame night too, by the way.
You know what's strange now because we're getting more mature.
Yeah.
Well, not you know what I mean. We're aging.
Older.
We're chronologically aging.
And when you see people pass away, you're like, man, but that guy, and then you realize how old the actor or the the athlete is, male or female, and you sit there and you go, that is really, again, I'm not a Raiders fan, but I did not dislike Cliff Branch.
He wore the two-bar face mask.
Oh, that's the way. That's football. I mean, I'm going to tell you something right now. I was going to do some slides on that. I didn't, but quarterbacks should wear one bar so you can punch them in the face and blood should be spewing down their nose like Billy Kilmer, okay? Wide receivers and running backs should wear 2 bars. Linemen should wear the 2 bar with that 1 bar that comes down and attached so you can
ow.
Yeah, you can still
like Larry Zonka's old helmet.
Oh, that was cool. And then kickers, no face mask, just punch them right in the face. Actually, they should wear 1 bar and it should be pointed down like this. That's football.
I always thought as a kid,
yes,
because they would go to increase more and more bars on the face mask, that the linemen would eventually just come out in snowmobile helmets.
Yeah. You know who had cool? If you remember the Kansas City Chiefs helmets from the late 70s, early 80s, they had those weird kind of the 2 bar. But it was like more of a disco kind. It was just strange looking, and I got so I like those. They're cool, you know. The helmets are very important now. It's I don't know. And I want safety. I'm just joking. But there's something to be said when you watch those old. And again, it's nostalgia. We talked about nostalgia. How do you sell sports sims games? Nostalgia. It's the older people. And I think when kids start to age, they're going to go to sports sims games in one form or the other if they're sports fans because they're a lot more funner to play.
When Tom Brady retires, there'll be a massive movement in New England to remember those years. Same with Steph Curry out in for Golden State.
Absolutely.
When you're the best of your generation, people want to remember you.
And you want to kind of play those games. And we were talking a little bit about Madden. Nothing wrong with those games, Madden or those type of games. But they're not statistically – there are stats in it, but then you can skew it with this. You know,
hey, last version of Madden I had, when you played the all-Madden team, Pat Summerall was the kicker.
I like that stuff, though. I enjoyed the old teams when they gave you that because it was fun. And you could have a really good time playing those things. Buffalo Bills god-awful kicker needs to be punched in the face. It's made my friend Al an unhappy camper. This is true. Now, you want to talk about Al Red Sox fan can lose football games in more horrific ways than anyone else on the face of the earth. Twice playing Stratomatic football, which I do enjoy. I like action PC football better. Okay, but I do enjoy Strat. There's something I lost on the final play twice playing a prevent defense both times. And on the second time it happened to me, I believe it's you got to be shitting me, not again. But it's fun to watch the epic failures of Al Red Sox.
The computer learns from you. You do the same moves we're going to fake the blitz, but we're not going to blitz. The computer knows because you can't.
Yes, but if you blitz, he doesn't. You have to understand, Buffalo had a horrible pass rush. The blitz is not going to get there. It's not. I played prevent defense. How does the guy get behind the guy? Just freaking.
Don't you know the only thing the prevent defense does is prevent you from winning?
All I can say is OJ's already rushed. You're right. OJ's already rushed for 1,800 yards, over 1,800 yards. We got 3 games left. We'll get back to that next week.
That's fine. I've enjoyed those.
I like OJ as a football player. I've always liked OJ as a football player. Devin is itching himself under his armpit. I find myself
I got this annoying white thingy here that I'm trying to get rid of, but I think it's paint, so I can't get rid of it.
I'm scratching your armpit. How's it? Tickle, tickle, tickle. Brad 62, how you doing, my friend? 2 opposing players in the Sea Hands game. Bonacani, yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
He's from your neck of the woods, isn't he?
Nick Bonacani, Springfield, Massachusetts. He just passed away, Hall of Fame linebacker. Also out of that high school was Joe Schiavelli, lineman for the Rams. So 2 NFL players came out of Cathedral High School.
Nick suffered a long time, Al.
Yeah. He when you saw those pictures of him, oh my God. It wasn't him.
He lost his son a long time ago too. So
no, his son's still alive.
The one that became a quad?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they just had, unless I saw an old picture, I thought he did the thing where my dad, it could have been another son. So you could be correct. I'm not quite sure. I just saw something. It could have been
wrong there.
Yeah, that's a good point that Brad made. You didn't even the sea of hands when they threw the ball into the end zone, and the Raiders came away with that. And I think Steelers coach Chuck Noll said they think they won the Super Bowl. They got a rude awakening when they went to Pittsburgh when Pittsburgh played them that next week. Pittsburgh beat them in the championship game. There is a lot of classic games in this. I mean, there's talking about when people we just talked about it when they say so and so passed away. I'm like, but and then you realize how old they are,
right?
Because you realize your age, and you kind of it saddens me because those are the people I enjoyed when they played sports. When you're younger, and I guess when you get older too, but when you're younger, sports much more to me, much more. I do enjoy sports still, but it's not the same. That's why we play sports sims games. They're like, Al, you play, all these old yeah, because even if I didn't see those guys play, I heard about them. I watched NFL films. They have the NFL Network now, right? It's fun. It's not NFL. I know it's NFL Films is all part of, but there is something to be said when NFL Films came out once a week. They did, or an NFL show. They did Game of the Week, and they also did their version of This Week in Baseball. I forgot what that was called.
This
NFL,
Week in the NFL or This Week in Pro Football.
That's it. And that was kind of fun. And then they gave you Game of the Week, which was one game, and they gave you a half hour of highlights, which turned out to 20 minutes of highlights, 25 minutes, and the music, they put a little music to it, and it was really cool. And then you got your NFL Films every once in a while. Super Bowl highlights with John Facenda with music. My favorite one is still the Steelers and the Vikings. They made that Super Bowl seem like the most exciting thing in the world to me.
The 9-0
at the half. At the half.
Yeah.
It was a bad weather. It was supposed to be played New Orleans.
Superdome, and it wasn't ready. So
right. So Tulane Stadium, and the weather's horrible. And they're sitting there going, wow, this is our first bad weather Super Bowl. And it was just a hard-hitting – it actually was.
The first Super Bowl I remember, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, you can actually find the majority, if not the whole game, on YouTube. I've watched. It's actually not a bad Super Bowl at all. People who think it was hard hitting, I think it was 2-0 at the half or something, or 9-0.
If you like mid-70s football, that's your jam.
That was just autumn winds. yes, that is awesome. NFL music.
They did the Football Life of Chuck Noll.
Oh, I missed.
You should. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I have to watch. Yeah.
Watch, really. Just
it's a good.
I don't even like the Steelers.
No, neither do I. I'm not a Steelers
fan.
They
even had Bradshaw, because Bradshaw and Noll fought for years.
Yep.
Years.
Remember they had Terry Hanratty, Terry Bradshaw, and is it Gilliam?
Oh, John. Gilliam.
Downtown John Gilliam or something like that. And they're all fighting for that starting quarterback position. In fact, in that 1 year, they played all 3 of them. I think this first Super Bowl year, because Gilliam was still on that team at that point in time. I think then he went to the Chargers for a little bit. He had, I think he had some issues.
There were some substance issues.
Okay, that is because I don't want to get him mixed up with the Rams quarterback, which was Harris, who I don't think had substance issues. But downtown John Gilliam had a great arm. I mean, he could throw the ball a mile. Was a good quarterback. He had substance abuse issues, unfortunately. Yep, right there. Gilliam, Hanratty, and Bradshaw.
And Hanratty was from Notre Dame.
Yes, like Rocky Bleier. Yeah, so fun stuff, nostalgia. We all love it. That's why we all play these games. But yeah, it's NFL Network is cool. Don't get me wrong. I like when they play the old stuff. It's fabulous. And then you know what? The other good thing they do when they mic up people, even when they do that now, that's a lot of fun. That's a lot, and all the behind the scenes stuff is still great. NFL Network still does a lot of great things.
Have they mic'd up Gronk?
I don't.
I think they can get away with doing that.
I thought they did mic up Gronk one time. I thought I'd seen that. Again, the best mic up old school. Lombardi's pretty good, but Hank Stram, and what in Super Bowl 4 against the Vikings, his players go, he always talked a lot, right? And they're wondering why he's talking even more. They're like articulating down. Then they realized he didn't tell anyone. He's mic'd up. And, he's articulating down the field. Remember with the roll up of the thing, articulating down. He's slapping. Great coach. Now, people forget, because you're playing the AFL 1960. He was the head coach for the
Dallas.
Texans.
Yep.
And he won a championship with the Dallas Texans.
Last game in Dallas. So they moved to Kansas City.
One with Kansas City, 2 AFL titles, because he went to the Super Bowl twice.
Yep.
Now they would win Super Bowl 4, they'd lose Super Bowl 1 to the Packers. And people, if you don't remember this, he actually came back out of coaching. I think he briefly retired from Kansas City. The Saints. The Saints hired him to try to turn around that franchise. That franchise was god awful and stayed god awful.
When he was with the Saints.
Yeah, and they actually had a good coaching. Like if you look at the coaching staff he had, they just didn't have, they didn't have players.
Well, they had Archie Manning, but
yeah, Archie Manning.
We're protecting him.
Yeah, Archie Manning. That's one of those things. As a kid, I always felt bad for Archie. He left the Saints to go to the Oilers, and the Oilers stunk. He missed that, the good team.
And his kids only won 17 Super.
Yeah, exactly. And then he goes from the Oilers to the Vikings, and the Vikings stunk. Their heyday they had already passed, but at least they were competitive with Kramer, and then he was. But Archie Manning was a pretty good quarterback, to be honest with you. He played on bad, god awful teams. So, Bronco Nagurski says Tabletop Sports Delaware. I still can't get used to that name. Uzi Patrol. Sad Archie Manning was the best quarterback on the worst. Oh, absolutely. He was a good quarterback. Old Miss out of college. So, let's see. Our good friend John W. Trying to think of one on par with Larry, maybe Chris Spielman. He was Chris Spielman. Oh, I missed something a little farther up.
Yeah.
So that's Chris Spielman was a linebacker, right?
Yep.
He was a good one.
State, right? Or Ohio State?
Ohio State. I think it was Ohio State. Shocking that Ohio State and dog. I'm pretty sure he's in Ohio State. We have lots of Ohio State fans.
Anyway, don't do it. Don't do
Ron's
it.
like, I will ban you from your own show. I have the power. So, Devin, someone says, can you see that, Devin?
Yeah,
Do you know that person?
not a clue.
Okay, well,
I have a feeling that needs to be whacked.
oh yeah. I'm looking now. Yeah.
We bring out the best in Al, Devin. So walk us, while he's banning somebody, walk us through the playtesting process. You've written out the directions. So what will happen next?
Well, people will play test. how to explain the playtesting process. Basically, I make a kit. I put a kit together, and it's going to be available in PDF format. That's going to have all the maps that you'll need, all the extra counters that you need above and beyond the base game that you need, all the scenarios, historical write-up. Basically all the stuff that is going to be mostly in the final product. But at least the stuff that they need so they can play test the scenarios.
Good job, Tribes.
And then basically just send the PDF out to people who are interested and get their feedback. I mean, if the scenario is too short, if they can't do it in the number of turns, then I need to expand it. If they're having a hard time breaking through, maybe I need to modify the forces.
Notes.
What's that?
You'll get some notes from people.
Oh yeah. That's the whole thing. I mean, it's most people try to get into playtest just so they can get an early version of the game, which is why you never really want to make a really good version of a playtest kit, because it's just playtest. And you, after a while, you start to know who the good playtesters are. The people who will play the game, who are serious about it, want to give you serious feedback, and then you keep going back to them and you keep abusing them, and eventually they get tired of playtesting and you can't use them anymore. No, the playtesting is just to try to tighten up the scenarios. I can't playtest my own games. I realized that a long time ago.
Well, that's tough. They're like your kids.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just I have in my mind how the battle should be fought, because I've designed the scenario and I have an idea of how the battle is supposed to flow. You need a lot of people taking a lot of eyes and putting it on. It's like computer programming. 10,000 people will find more in 100 hours of playtesting something than 100 people will find in 10,000 hours. It's just the way it is.
You just want someone to break the scenario. Is what
basically that's what I'm looking for. I want people to find the loopholes in it. I want to find what's broken, because when the final product comes out, I want people to play the scenario, have fun. If the scenarios to be balanced, and it's
so
just because I think the way the scenario is supposed to flow doesn't mean other people are going to see it that way.
Right. So when you have someone play test it, do you send to other people who are doing what you do and you test their stuff? Is that how that works?
I've done play tests like that in the past.
So other developers, you're sending it.
Yeah. It all comes down to whoever's really interested. I mean, our buddy Todd, Itinerant Hobbyist, he was in here early. He's getting a copy of it.
Todd does great stuff with
he doesn't have a choice.
Miniatures.
He's getting a copy of it. And I've got a few other guys, and I'll probably put out a public call in the Lock and Load forums and on the Facebook group. It's like, hey, if you got Heroes of the Red Star and you want to play test this, I need play testers. So
no, Al, you can't nuke Moscow.
Well,
okay. So like the game Civilization, I used to play that a lot on the PS4, PS3. It's a lot of fun. It's fun. They made it
with nukes.
Oh yeah, Gandhi with nukes, right? So you sit there and you go, what would Gandhi do with a nuke? You know what he do? You press the button, you blow up the Chinese.
Here's a funny story how that came about. When Civilization 1 first came out.
Yes. I love that game. That was a lot of fun.
The nations had an aggressive rating from 0 to 10. And Gandhi was rated as an aggressive 0.
Yeah.
However, later in the game, when you get the technology, you research the technology democracy, it reduces your aggression by 2 points.
Gandhi's -2.
0.
8.
The problem is this was written back in the 80s or early 90s. And when it subtracted 2, it didn't flip around. It didn't go to -2. It flipped up to 276.
Aggression points?
Aggression level 200.
Nice. I like it.
So, yeah, the computers back then really didn't speak in negative numbers. It just flipped back around to the top. And
you sure it wasn't programming going, it'd be kind of funny if Gandhi had a nuke and nuked someone.
In later games, they actually just said screw it and went with that. In fact,
funny.
In the latest game, Civ 6, all the nations have a secret agenda, and Gandhi's is nuclear weapons. So he likes it. But yeah, that's how that originally came out. that Gandhi, his aggression, once he got diplomacy, instead of going to a -2, went to 200, flipped over to 276, and you'd piss him off for the littlest things.
He would become, as our good friend Dog said, Darth Gandhi. Uzi Patrol makes sense. Gandhi discovered Twitter and Reddit. I thought that was Al Gore. That was Al Gore.
The internet. He discovered the internet.
That was the monkey.
Tabletop Sports Seller. Funny, John. There was a cloud north of town earlier, shaped in like Darth Vader. Sent a pic to my gaming group. It was awesome. That is the power of Dog Sidious. Join the dark side. Something to be said. I don't think the Empire is all that bad, to be honest with you. I've already had that discussion with people. I've been banned from several Star Wars groups. They're like rebel anarchists. I'm like, what is wrong with you? All right. So we're going to do something fun now. At least I think it's fun. We're going to little side scrolling slideshow, I guess we'll call it. So we're going to go to share screen. Devin, Uncle Ron, and myself. Actually, before we do that, Uncle Ron, tell us about you and Dave Gardner's new project.
Our new podcast, Digital to Dice, which you can now find on iTunes, Spotify. I didn't realize even Google had a listing service. And Dave and I talk about sports sim gaming from Digital to Dice, just as it sounds. And our last episode, we interviewed Craig Russell a couple of weeks ago.
2 episodes. Yep.
2 episodes from All-Star Lineup Baseball.
Yep.
And this week we talked about the closing of Ballpark Baseball and Digging Deep Sports.
Now,
so we got a lot of feedback on that, and I ran it for 10 minutes.
What? Yes, and it was you spoke very eloquently for 10 minutes. The second one that went out, I had not heard of that company. Can you tell me a little bit about were they quick play games?
What, Ballpark Baseball?
Yeah, I've never.
No, actually, it's probably the most complex baseball game ever made.
Is that the one that you were playing?
No, that's Valhalla.
Okay.
Ballpark Baseball was developed by a college professor from Kansas City in 1958, and he sold. So you get 2 different sets of ratings. You get them for when there's nobody on base, and then their card flips over when there's when there's base runners. And you bought things. You didn't buy them in a group. You bought them individually by team and ballpark, and so the teams were $4 a piece, and the ballparks were $3.
Oh, so you bought them by team?
Yes.
Oh wow, not even by season.
You couldn't buy them by season.
Wow.
But the people who played,
they like it. They
loved it. Ken Castro, who's a friend of the community, loved the game.
He had mentioned that in Discord, and I was like, I don't remember. I never saw that one. Moni G, how you doing? Hold on a second. She says, "Hi guys."
Hi, Moni. But it was never advertised in the Sporting News or in the Street and Spiss yearbooks, along with the other games, Stratton, Micro League.
So that was like word of mouth, that one? I never heard of that.
It must have been word of mouth, or at least through circles. Yeah, it was not one that I'd ever heard of before until I joined Tabletop about 20 years ago. And the learning curve was so high on it that you just...
That's an interesting point. And the other thing, we were talking about offline about football games. I never actually made my point before we started the show. With football games, Ron had talked about on the last podcast he had with Dave Gardner, they really have to come up with something that you can play without a gazillion charts. It's probably feasible. It is feasible.
My mind just rolls back to poor Devin trying to play that game.
Oh, I used to like that. Yeah, and it took a long.
It's a good game for 2.5 hours.
The funny thing is, that's one of the quicker playing ones I found out there. Aside from Downey games, but
that's one of the same ones like your wrestling game.
Yeah,
Play.com.
Play.com.
Yeah. And he used to do the fiction. I enjoyed it, but I think there is a way to do it. I've come up with some stuff. It's just then you forget things. Now you don't forget things. What happens? You're like, this works, and you're like, I got to incorporate penalties, or I got to incorporate, you start, so you sit there and then it throws off the formula again. Yeah. So I go back in, but it can be done. I think you can have a minimal chart and then you can do a lot of stuff off dice rolls where you go, if it's this number, you go, that's where your minimal chart thing will be.
Right. I mean, no one is, you're going to have a hard time trying to find people who are going to play a manual game if it takes them 2.5 hours to play it. They're going to try it once. They're going to say, well, I won't say what they're going to say, but the equivalent of, oh, what are we doing? This isn't any fun. And they're going to put it away.
Yeah. Dave Gardner says I watched his Fast Action Football. He really likes that. That was interesting. I don't like. Well, I'll tell you why. That I might give again. Thank you to Dave Gardner for showcasing once again Fast Action Football. It comes with like an Excel helper where you click and the card flips. That I like because I did the free. What's it? Status Pro. I showed a Status Pro baseball. I like the free Status Pro basketball much better. But you flipped the card, and I didn't mind that so much. That was kind of fun. So, but yeah, check out the podcast. It's great. I thought they did those live. They're recorded.
We do not do that. We record them. We do. But
that was my faux pas.
But we talked about doing one that we would stream to both YouTube and Spreaker at the same time.
Yeah.
But primarily they're taped.
Yeah. The other great thing is they ask questions in the sports forums, the Delphi forums, and they got a lot of feedback from there.
Especially the last one that we did.
Yeah.
And you can leave us messages, by the way. Dave will probably give the number, but there's a number you can call and leave a kind of like the Weiner line from WEEI or whatever Devin has for sports for KJR out in Seattle.
Yeah.
You can call up and say, you guys suck, which no one did. And I got like a pretty detailed text message of the latest Social Security. No, it was a very good feedback, afterwards. So there's a number right there on the screen, 978-751-DICE. That is 978-751-3423.
And that's for the Digital to Dice podcast. You can leave them a message. They do a wonderful job. It is great.
Yeah, we've had a blast doing them.
And I said it on a stream earlier today. I think it was my card collecting stream. People got to take advantage of that. You get to communicate with two very knowledgeable people, and it's fun. It's fun. That's Jenny's number, right? 867-530-9877.
For a good time call.
And that was that song. Who sang that? I forgot that song. It was Jenny and Jenny. Remember that song?
Yeah. Tommy Two-Tone?
Yeah. I tell you what, if you haven't seen, just to plug our good friend Dog and West Rossi Ninja, they did their top 15 or 10 albums. I'm still not done with it because it's so good. I'm into the top 10 now. It's so much fun. Listen how excited they get about the music. And that, again, a lot of fun there.
Keep your feet on the ground and reach for the stars.
Casey Kasem.
Mm-hmm.
The voice of Scooby-Doo and Shaggy.
Yes. Did you ever get that clip where he gets pissed at someone and it's a famous clip? You go, you can't do that, man. You can't give me that and then tell me the lady's dog died next. It's really funny.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of nasty words dropped into there, too.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's like when the Christian Bale goes nuts on some movie set. I don't walk in front of you when you're doing something. Dude, chillax, dude. And I like Christian Bale. God. So, all right. So, let's go to this little slideshow thing that I did. And we want the reaction from not only my wonderful co-hosts here, but also the chat. And you're going to see two pictures side by side, and we want your thoughts, and I'll come up with them.
That's scaring me.
It's not scary.
I'm frightened.
It's fun. It's fun. I'm telling you. So we're going to go share screen. We're going to go off to the left, which I've never gone to the left. Believe me, it just is. Never mind, Al. Don't do it. All right. Share screen. You'll see a happy face. Put on a happy face. All right. So now what we're going to do here, our first one is Gamble versus Ross. So let's take a peek at that. So On your left is Oscar Gamble. This is what we're going to call the Battle of the Fros. We have Oscar Gamble to the left with he was playing with those lovely Cleveland Indian uniforms. And we have Bob Ross to the right, the happy painter from PBS. Thoughts, Uncle Ron, and then Devin. Uncle
Happy
Ron?
Little Trees.
Yes, Happy Little Trees.
God, I can only think of the Oscar Gamble traded card from 76 Tops when they tried to do the airbrush Yankees hat on that fro and it looked
Stuck
like
out
he
the
was
sides.
wearing a beanie.
Yep.
But I like the Ross fro better. It's just so tight and form fitting. And a special shout out to Earl Weaver and his perm from 83, 84.
I almost had a picture of that one too, but I went with these two.
But
Devin. Go ahead, Uncle Ron. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Devin.
I vote for Ross.
Okay, so that's one for Ross.
Gamble's got an epic fro.
He does.
That is just. I mean, Bob Ross. Yeah, it's nice. It's tight. It's cropped in. But no, it's.
All right. So okay. Ron is for Gamble, correct? No,
Ross.
Ross. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry. And Devin Gamble.
Yep.
Okay.
All
right.
That's glorious.
That is a glorious flaw. I thought of it after. Billy Preston had an awesome fro.
Man. Get a batting helmet over that.
I don't even know. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to have something. If you're going to be with me, I done told you I'm a soldier on the war on poverty. I love that song. All right, let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat here. Let's go as the chat's flying. Bros with Fros. That's from our good friend Tabletop Sports Delaware. Tribes fan. Art Garfunkel better than both of them. Wow, he's going to the wild card.
Wow.
Moni G. I'm a Bob Ross gal. Moni G. Bob Ross. So Moni is a Ross gal. All right. Amish Elvis. Froze before hose.
Glorious.
Bob Ross cannot turn him off. Gamble could not get turned on. I don't know who he's voting for, but I like it. Brad 62. Could you enter Dr. J? He had an impressive fro. Yes, he did, but Bob Ross was epic. You saw him every week on PBS painting, as Uncle Ron would say.
Happy Little Trees.
Because he might have been tooting a little,
he was ex-Air Force.
Yes, there's a picture of him in the military, clean cut. It's hilarious. I almost did that one side by side. I should have put that on another. Okay, let's again to the chat. Wait for it. I will be legend. My favorite food group is dairy. I don't know what that comes into, but I like it. All right. So my thoughts on this. I always loved Oscar Gamble's fro. I mean, I fell in love with Oscar Gamble's fro with with a couple of baseball cards. The one with the Cleveland Indians is hilarious, where they actually do put and then the batting helmet. You know, you're sitting there going, like Devin said, how do you get a batting helmet over there? But here's the thing. Bob Ross, this is a battle of epic fros. It is Holmes versus Cooney only through the fro. Okay? It's very difficult for me. I got to go with Oscar Gamble. It's there. It is there, man. It could go either way.
Large and in charge.
I got to go with Oscar Gamble. Now, again, this is not the final yet. And then we're just having fun with this.
I mean, there's no wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer. These are just fun pictures. If you don't look at these pictures and smile, just dig the hole and get it.
You're not getting in the bunker.
You're definitely not getting the bunker. If you're not an Oscar Gamble fro fan or a Bob Ross Gamble fro fan, you're not in the bunker with GGO.
I miss Al Michaels' fro.
Al Michaels was yeah. That's an interesting.
Wasn't as epic as those two, but
no. Earl Weaver, when he went with the poodle do, though, was kind of funny. That was awful. That's when people are like, you know, they're going to their hairdresser. They go, Earl, let me tell you something. You've been going. Let me just tell you something. I'm glad you came to me, Earl. Okay. It's all right to go to a barber. You want to try something different? You're here now, right? Earl, we're going to give you a new look. You're the new Orioles. It's a new look for your Orioles. You're trying to get them off to a good start in spring training. This will get them to that good start. We're going to give you a perm. And Earl's like, okay. Whoever would have thought Earl Weaver, who has some epic rants that you can find on YouTube, would have gotten a perm. What the hell was he thinking? All right, on to the next.
The Chesterfields got to him, Al.
I think he put a blunt in some of those Chesterfields. That's what I think. And if you guys don't know what that is, look it up. All right, so let's go. So I thought this was a fun one to start off with. Oscar Gamble and Bob Ross, a fun photo. Let's now go to the next one. This is what we call Kramer versus Palmer.
Ah.
Now, shoot, wait.
See, the black was the best part of that whole thing.
Okay, so if you've not watched Seinfeld, Cosmo Kramer did a underwear ad, and Jim Palmer did those epic underwear ads that were very disturbing as a child. So I figured, let's bring some disturbance back for my youth. What are your thoughts, Uncle Ron, besides, Cosmo Kramer, Jim Palmer? Go.
At least it wasn't Pete Rose.
I almost put that one up. That's even more disturbing. Pete Rose in tight bikini bottoms.
Pretty disturbing. I think Kramer wears it better, but that's like saying that I like broccoli better than cauliflower. You know, they're not either one of my favorites.
Devin, your thoughts
in the vein of Greco-Roman architecture, I'm going to have to go with Palmer on this one because he's more of an Adonis than Kramer. I'm sorry. Palmer's just got more of a definition to his form and his frame, and he looks comfortable. So, yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
So, Uncle Ron, Kramer, Palmer?
I think Palmer has the better body to be doing that stuff with. Yeah, I agree with Devin.
Okay, let's go to the chat. The chat's like this. No, nothing. Oh, wait. I have to scroll down. There's lots of good stuff. Okay, wait a second. DJ John is here. Let's say hello to him.
Yes, well, I'll take Gamble over those two, yeah.
Oh, my, I forgot to scroll. Hey, this chat doesn't move down automatically. I thought it did. Or maybe I scrolled up to it. Oh, that's pretty funny. That's a good one. I like that. The juice. I like that's pretty funny. Took one hell of a turn from Froze to this. Anyway, so
we got to get Moni G's opinion on.
Yeah, we're gonna in a second.
She's the only female in the channel.
John W.
How much longer are we gonna look at this?
I think both are gross looking. Well said. Moni G, how can I choose? I'm weak in the knees. So it comes down to Moni G. We're going to give her a minute. Moni G will decide either Kramer.
I'm weak in the stomach. Does that matter?
As Ron's throwing up a little bit in his mouth. I knew this would be disturbing. That's why I put it on.
Thankfully, it's not Costanza. It's Kramer instead.
I almost did that one with him when he did the sexy photos. I almost did that one because I thought that was fun.
God.
And now the final word on this photo shoot from our good friend DJ John. I'll take broccoli. All right, we'll move on. That was fun. That was sausage and egg biscuit, please, from our good friend Tabletop Sport. Don't. I'll take death by soon.
I think most people would take. Well, at least most guys would take death by snooze now.
Moni G says, I love me some righty whiting, but the left. Okay, enough of this. That was a lot of fun. And poor Uncle Ron's like, please, Al, get it off. All right, now let's move to the next one. This might be a little more. It could be just as disturbing.
Yes, I'm sure.
So this is what we call, well, you'll see.
No,
You'll see.
no.
So we call this Richard Simmons versus Aquaman. Now, in a knife fight, who would you take as your partner? Richard Simmons or Aquaman? Uncle Ron. For
Richard
backup,
Simmons.
we'll say for backup. For backup, who would you take?
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons. Okay. Okay. That's again. Look at Richard Simmons. Look at Aquaman. This is Aquaman. Remember, Aquaman got beat up by Patrick Star, the starfish. I have photo proof of it. I have shown it on my channel. He got the shit kicked out of him by a starfish, and I will show it again if I have to. Devin, thoughts on Richard Simmons and Aquaman?
I gotta go Aquaman.
Oh my!
Wow.
You're
See,
lucky I-
Richard Simmons would have, if he didn't get you with a knife, he could at least chuck some dealer meal cards at you.
Exactly, and he's going to distract you with that. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. He's going to distract you.
He's got the jazzercise thing going.
He does.
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I mean, Aquaman can still talk to fish. Simmons just sweats to the oldies.
Funniest scene ever in the history of Whose Line Anyway? No, you're right. I'm not. I'm not.
The juice. Ron's not shaking that image for weeks. That was the prior one. I wish I had.
No,
I mean, honestly, Aquaman did make it into the JLA.
I told you how that happened.
It was under nefarious conditions, but I mean, he still made it into the JLA.
And the juice agrees. He takes Aquaman. But Brad 62 Simmons kicks ass or ass. Aquaman would stomp that fool. There's some dissension here. Tribes fan. Simmons has a black belt in crazy. Crazy's frightening. And then I would take Sheldon. That's a good one. That's funny. And that's from Living on a Prayer. That's very funny. Simmons would annoy Aquaman to death. That's my point. Good job. Jake Cruz. Simmons for sure. No one likes Aquaman. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Moni G. Uncharged. Simmons.
That's an oxymoron, isn't it? That
Yes.
man was always charged up.
Uh-oh. The juice. I seen Howard Stearns make Richard cry. Yes, but this is Richard from the 80s. He was tougher then.
He was hopped up on coke then.
Hey, whatever works. Amish Elvis. Richard would brawl uncontrollably. Would ball uncontrollably. I got excited there. And no way would Aquaman be able to use his knife. You're right. Everybody loves Michigan Rag. I have to see Devin's lovely face. I miss it.
You shouldn't.
Tabletop Sports Delaware. And Simmons also wins the last one as well. Touche. All right. Well, I thought that was a fun one. Is anyone else hearing the echo that I hear?
Yes.
Why does that all of a sudden start? I don't get that.
Magic.
I believe in magic. Damn you! Whoever's doing that. It's probably my stupid camera. Anyway, I love you, Al. You're the best. Oh, that's kind of fun. All right, on to the next one. Who do you think is more fun in the sack? Wilma or Betty?
Betty.
I said the same thing. Betty.
Fred strikes me as a quick fellow.
I always thought Barney has a bit of a freak in him, so Betty I would think would be freaky in bed. Yeah, that's what I'm. That's my thought process. Devin?
Wilma.
Really? I knew it. He likes the redheads. Devin's
You like the redheads.
he's a big Maureen O'Hara fan.
Ooh, you got that right. Yeah, redheads will swallow your soul.
Oh my God, I thought he was going somewhere else with that. Richard Simmons just went, so will I. All right, let's go to the chat real quick before we get back to our illustrious panel here. Oh my God. I should have put Leo Sayers in for Fro and that one. You make me feel like dancing that away. That's a good one. All right, let's get back to the more serious of who's the wild cat in bed. John W. says, Betty. Rubble, rubble, rubble. By our good friend, Tabletop Sports Delaware. Living on a Prayer, Betty. DJ John, Betty. That's like Mary Ann over Mary Ann, definitely. Ginger.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
And
a good
I like
one.
redheads, but
I do too. You know who Devin would have picked. Devin. Sideshow. Ginger and Mary Ann. You would have picked the redhead.
The actress? No. I would have gone with the down home girl.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, farm girl?
Jake Cruz says one.
No, we take both.
Larry Harris has joined our debauchery. He says Betty. Betty's going to be a runaway winner. Brad 62, Mrs. Rubble.
I just don't see Wilma as being wild.
Yeah, I see Betty with.
She's a redhead by
I understand.
default. That puts her.
I understand that, but I see Betty putting that gag ball on Barney and just saying, "Say the safety word now, bitch." You know, so that's what I see. Wilma, she's a ginger. Moni G sticking up for the gingers of this world. Moni G, our Maureen O'Hara of the FOC. And at least someone's enjoying our goofiness. Excellent. Excellent. That's what it's all about, having fun. All right. So to me, Betty was a runaway winner. We had a few ginger fans. That's fine. That's fine. I get that. All right. Okay. Now on to the next one. Personal favorite of mine. Which one was Al Red Sox fan secretly married to, and which one was his side squeeze? Now, neither of these lovely women, and God rest Farrah Fawcett's soul, she's passed away, knew about my relationship with them, but it was quite an exciting relationship.
Relationship.
It was a relationship I had with both of these women when I was young. Which one was my wife and which one was my mistress? In my world.
Farrah Fawcett was your wife. Raquel Welch was your mistress.
Interesting.
You've mentioned this before.
I have, but I think, okay. I might have messed up in my own mind then.
I would reverse that. Farrah is the one you want to have the affair with. And Raquel's the one that you kind of settle for. So you marry her.
Settle for? Raquel is hot. Please. She's gorgeous. I love Raquel Welch. Don't tell Farrah, though.
She's a redhead.
Well, she's sort of a redhead, yes. So let's go. As the chat is, let's see. John W. still can't get over the other thing. Wilma's always nagging.
She's always nagging because of her husband.
Ooh, Amish Elvis. Fred probably wore Wilma out, so Betty has to be the choice. Love you more than I can say.
Not as much as tomorrow.
Richard? Wilma looks lost. Dino's frightens Wilma. All right, let's see now if they've moved on. Farrah Fawcett, says Tabletop Sports. What happened to Wilma's eyes to make her look like the devil?
It's just being a redhead. That's all it takes.
Again? Tabletop Sports Delaware, Farrah Fawcett, hands down. John W., Raquel, DJ John, Farrah. Living on a Prayer, I cannot pick. They're both very hot and amazing. Right answer. Brad. Brad's going, this isn't football, but I like it. Tribes fan. The lovely Raquel, she covered the whole at Shawshank Prison. You are correct. I thought Tribes fan for a moment. Was that what? I thought he was going somewhere. Like, that's Tribes fan. I can't believe he went there, but he didn't because he's a good guy. Amish Elvis. Loudy. Two of the greatest. Farrah was his wife. Ooh. See, now I'm confused. I don't remember. I know I had relationships with both of them. Fapping relationships. Larry Harris. Farrah was the wife and Raquel Welch, your playful mistress. Ooh, you know what, Larry? Larry, did you ever write for Penthouse? Because I swear I have read that there. I changed my vote, Moni. This is a tough choice, says the Juice. Farrah Fawcett for the side ass and the block. Philip Reynolds, Betty as the side ass. All right, I shall reveal. As OG got me mixed up for a moment, but Farrah Fawcett was my side ass, and Raquel Welch was my wife, unbeknownst to either one of them. Though I did have a restraining order from both. All right. On to the next one. Great epic. This was that famous poster, the Farrah Fawcett poster. And this
I
was
remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that one? And
Yeah.
then this Raquel Welch, this is from 1 million BC or
1 million BC. Yep.
yeah, which if cave women were like that, let's make the time machine right now. I'm going back to get me about 4 or 5. Don't tell Nurse Teresa. Don't tell her. I mean, if you're out there, because I know she's watching, I love you. Okay, good. We got that out of the way. Tabletop. Where's Tabletop? He says, I had that poster. All right, on to the next slide. I thought that was fun, and we got some and then Farrah Fawcett. Okay. So that was a good one. I like that one. Please explain why the wife, the poster, was in the Green Mile. Oh, that covered up the escape tunnel.
That he was digging.
Yeah, he was digging an escape tunnel, and he had used the Raquel Welch picture, photo, poster. Yeah, it's an epic. It's a very famous poster, and she's hot. My God, is she hot? Elvis, Amish. Oh, why didn't that click up? Amish Elvis. I still have the fair. That's all, folks. Farrah's poster. I'm getting very excited. Never mind. And I have an autograph from Raquel with that. Oh my God, that is sweet.
Wow.
That is cool. That is cool. As they're telling Shawshank, Living on a Prayer says thank you. Shawshank Redemption. Mrs. Fuzzy Britches. How can you not love Mr. Jingles? Yes, that was the mouse in. Oh, Mr. Jingles was the other one. The mouse in Green Mile. All right, let's move on to the next one. I think we're having a little fun with this. And let's move to the next one. Okay, this one's not going to be
controversial.
And everyone's like, what? Okay, uniforms. See? You didn't think I was going there after all that, did you? Well, we switched things up. Do you like the old? Do you like the old Patriots uniforms?
Giselle.
Or you're voting Giselle and Tom Brady?
No.
Okay.
This wasn't a vote for Tom Brady. It's a vote for Giselle.
Giselle Bundchen. Okay.
Votes. Which one do I like better?
Yes.
The old red ones.
I do too. They're just marvelous. There's something about those classic old uniforms. I definitely like the old ones. It's fabulous. Devin?
I'm not seeing the Broncos orange and blue on there, so I don't like any of them.
Fair enough. I almost did that one. I almost did the old uniform compared to the new uniform. So let's go to the chat. The old Patriots, Tribes fan says, the old Patriots. The Juice says, new looks sharp. Tabletop Sports, the old Grogan and Hannah uniforms. Old for Brad 62. John W. will take the top left for the block. Philip, new. Amish Elvis, old uniforms, but the present.
I like
wow,
the
that's
helmet better. But
so.
my favorite uniform is in the second picture there, and it has nothing to do with Tom Brady.
In the second picture, Buffalo.
No,
The second picture.
the Brady one.
I'm not looking at that one. I know what you meant.
Yes, exactly what I meant.
Why do you have to bring that up? I'll bring up 1978. Oh, I'm a Red Sox fan too.
You're a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, I forgot. Larry Harris, old school. Tom Brady. New ones look like the USFL team. Brad, new still looks like hockey logo. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
You get a Boston Breakers uniform. That'd be interesting to see.
The Boston Breakers were really bland uniforms, blue and white, and they had the wave on the helmet. I liked it because they were Boston Breakers. So I like the old school. There's no right. You know, Amish Elvis, that's an interesting point, though. The old colors with the new logo. I wonder if I would have liked that better than the new. You know, like, so red and white, right? Except no Pat. I still like Pat the Patriot, mind you. But the Patriot Elvis looking thing in red and white. I think they originally were going to do something like that, I thought, and then they changed the colors. So I like the old uniforms. Anyway, I thought that was fun. We're going to have another uniform one. Thank you for participating. And this one, if Dave Gardner's still here, I wonder which one he likes better. You got the old creamsicles of Tampa Bay, and then you have the new uniforms that are putrid. Literally putrid. Hands down, Doug Williams in the old uniforms. And I think this is Rick 42. Is that Ricky Bell? Ricky, don't lose my number.
And you actually got the Kansas City Chiefs in the helmet there.
Yes, I love those helmets. Yeah, they were one of the few teams that had these types of helmets. I love those helmets. The Chiefs have sharp uniforms, the old school Chiefs, even they're still. So I think
creamsicle for the win.
Yeah, creamsicle. What do you think, Devin?
Oh, I got to go with creamsicle as well.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a unanimous for creamsicles. Let's just go real quick to Larry Harris. I like the USFL if they wouldn't have wanted to get greedy. Oh, yeah, I love the USFL. I miss that league a lot. Okay, neither, but forced to a choice, Doug Williams unis. Yeah, creamsicles. Tribes fan creamsicles. The 90s uni was the best. They were still creamsicles then, though.
No, they had gone to the pewter, but it wasn't as tacky as the bottom ones.
Oh, okay. Larry Harris says that's Ricky Bell. Philip Reynolds. The new red one. He likes the new unis. That's fine. Bucks. The lighter orange. Absolutely. John W. The 2002 look was okay. Okay, so that's what he must be talking about, those other ones.
The Warren Sapp, the year they beat the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
I did. Oh, say you're correct, Uncle Ron. I did really like the Super Bowl uniforms from the late '90s. And Larry Harris, creamsicles. They had the Jolly Roger flag on their gray helmet. And Larry Harris says they went to the new unis in the 90s. All right. So I like the creamsicles. I've always liked the creamsicles. And I think Dave Gardner would vote creamsicles. Let's go to the next slide. All-time ugliest effing uniforms. Oh, wait. Click the wrong button.
It crashed your computer. They're so ugly.
Those are the Vancouver Canucks to the left. And the San Diego Padres to the right. And that's Dave Winfield. And they're very similar looking in their hideousness. Uncle Ron?
Oh God, it's not even close. Vancouver.
Yeah, that's who thought of that.
Somebody at Burger King.
It's awful. Who came up with those colors?
Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders, don't upset us.
I
There
think
were
you're
worse
right.
Padre uniforms than that, but that's pretty typical of the era. But nothing compares to poop on ice.
Poop on ice. Devin?
Well, the Padres uniform, it's just bad color schemes. The Canucks have got that stupid
That V.
yeah.
What the hell is up with that?
It's like a disco outfit or something. And believe me, I don't remember disco. So I mean, yeah, it's just the Padres. It's just bad color schemes. It's still a good uniform. Yeah, change the brown to I don't know, a white, and lighten the orange a little bit, and you got yourself a decent uniform. It still looks like a good uniform. But yeah, those the V necks and the V on the lid, yeah, poopy.
Brad left. Tribes fan. Canucks V. It's not close. John W. showing that he's unbiased. Michigan Wolverines have the worst uniform. Spoken like a true Buckeyes fan. Tampa Bay Bucks uniforms are gross. Padres, says Philip Reynolds. Chris from Tabletop Sports Delaware. I like those Padre unis, but the Canucks, ugh. I have to be honest with you. I don't dislike the Padres' ugly uniforms.
Yeah, it's late 70s, but I mean the Orioles ones with the orange tops were, in my mind, worse than the Padres.
Oh, that's a good point. Moni G, a woman's perspective. They're both hideous.
As long as you don't have to look at Cosmo Kramer again, we're fine.
Oh no, we're going back to that. The left, the hockey uniform is barf ole. Absolutely, that's what we used to call it. We've said that on the chats before. Fecal matter bounces on ice. Star Trek shit. It's when tribbles go poop.
That's what happens when you leave the red uniforms in the fridge too long, right? Red shirts, yeah.
I like the Oakland A's green, white, and yellow, but as Larry Harris says, I'll take the Oakland A's unis for the block.
I liked it when the A's would wear the white hats.
Oh yeah, with the yellow, right? Yellow
Right.
billet. Yeah. What about the Astros
I
uniforms?
liked those.
I never disliked those. I'm with Uncle Ron. I didn't dislike those.
I mean, they look like Fruit Loops.
Living on a prayer. In Australia, we have football team or the Australian Football League, and it is the same yuck colors. They call them. You're telling me there's a team that has this color scheme? The Hawks. We're going to have to check that out. And thank you for joining us, Living on a Prayer, from Australia, the land down under.
Good afternoon.
I want a Vegemite sandwich now. Oh my God, that made me think Captain Kirk. Burger King LOL. Brad likes your joke, Uncle Ron. All right, let's move on to the next. Next slide here. Next slide. Let's see what's going on here. Who wins a steel cage death match? That's the Great Gazoo and E.T. Who wins a steel cage death match between the Great Gazoo, who was a character on the Flintstones, and E.T., who was in E.T.?
Well, the Gazoo was voiced by Harvey Korman.
You are correct. I found that out today, or it jogged my memory when I was looking up this stuff.
E.T. by a mile. The Gazoo was lazy.
Oh, so E.T. wins the steel cage death match.
He figured out how to reconfigure a speak and spell to phone home. The Gazoo smelled Fred's farts all day. What do you think?
Oh, excellent points. Steel cage death match, Devin. Winner, the Great Gazoo or E.T.?
Great Gazoo, he was a time traveler.
Oh, counterpoint.
He was all over the place. He was Jetsons, he was Flintstones, he was all over the place. Yeah. E.T. was just some kid who was driving along and his car broke down and got.
And his parents were like, "We're just going to the hotel to do something. We're gonna leave you on this planet for a bit. We'll be back in a while." John W. goes with the Great Gazoo in the Steel Cage death match. Philip Reynolds, Gazoo.
Oh,
Gazoo with a runaway here so far. Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware, the Great Gazoo, you knucklehead. Larry Harris goes with Gazoo.
wow.
It's a runaway. Living on a prayer the Great Gazoo would win easy. Brad 62 Gazoo would just make E.T. disappear. Moni G, our lovely redheaded friend.
I feel so alone.
The Great Gazoo. E.T. would be too busy eating recess. Reese's, excuse me. You shouldn't be eating at recess. You're going to puke. So, Great Gazoo. Uncle Ron, how do you feel about that?
Turn off my heart light now.
As a Gazoo would probably just take that finger and, as he shows, snap it. All right, that was a fun one.
Never go against Harvey.
Never go against Harvey Korman or the family. Okay. Can we slide that? I guess we can't. Okay. I'm sure John W. will have a lot to say about this one. God damn it, Al. I don't do this much. Okay, so I purposely put this one in here because I had a feeling. I just had a feeling. Our good friend John W. I had a feeling. Hooked on a feeling. Bum, 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 bum. That is Luke's.
Ooga chaka.
Ooga chaka. You're right. Luke Skywalker on the left, Jon Snow on the right. Who had a bigger disappointment in the last time we've seen them? Either big screen or little screen. Discuss. Who do you think's cooler? Uncle Ron, just give us your thoughts. I know you don't watch Game of Thrones. What are your thoughts on Luke Skywalker?
I don't like Luke's batting stance there. How are you going to get any power on that swing kind of when you're... I mean, am I wrong there? I mean, his knees all pointed out. Mark Hamill is one of the coolest people on the planet. So he did the voice for so many... It was with the Joker and Batman for
years. He loves doing that, too.
And I wouldn't know Jon Snow if we were in line together at Dunkin' Donuts. So, Luke's going to win.
You have to remember, though, without knowing, Jon Snow has that sword that can kill White Walkers, which...
Well, sure. Like, that means anything to me at all.
Well, it should.
Since I can't walk and I'm white, then I'm immune, right?
I guess you are.
Yes. So...
The winner, Uncle Ron Juckett.
That's right.
Devin, thoughts? Luke, Jon Snow?
You asked two different questions.
I'm just asking
the bigger disappointment?
Which one's the coolest, or which one was the bigger disappointment?
Well, however you want to phrase it. Okay, who do you sleep with? No, I'm just kidding. Who do you marry and who's your No, kidding again. What are your
thoughts? Back on the screen if we're going to talk about that.
Okay, we will in a moment. Biggest disappointment. Because I know this is good. The rant's coming. Dog's sitting there going, Devin. So, what are your thoughts? Cooler character, I guess.
Luke has always been a god to me. He is one of my favorite characters of all time, and it breaks my heart what those bastards have done with Star Wars.
Hold that thought for a second, because John W. Damn, bigger disappointment. Tough, Al. I just had a feeling he was going to. Okay, back to it, Devin. Sorry about that, my friend.
So, yeah, I refuse to acknowledge anything from Disney. I refuse to acknowledge the prequel. To me, Star Wars is the original trilogy and the extended universe. That's it. That's all Star Wars is. Everything else that has been done is not Star Wars. So, anyways, however, as a disappointment, yeah, I hate what they've done with Luke in The Last Jedi. And honestly, Jon Snow managed to shank that blonde bitch, which I'm ever eternally giggling at.
That was a laugh out loud, feel good moment in my book.
It was. I mean, cooler character, Luke Skywalker by far.
Okay.
Biggest disappointment, also Luke Skywalker. But since I don't acknowledge The Last Jedi, don't even get me started. Supposedly, the
Yes.
next Star Wars movie, they're going to be using time travel to fix the shit they did in The Last Jedi. Remember when they told everybody if you hated The Last Jedi, it was because you're a misogynist, racist, blah, 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 blah. Well, evidently, they don't
Not.
even like it that they're going back and they're going to be using time travel to fix it.
At least
Star
it's not
Wars is dead.
what they should do is a dream sequence and then Dallas, except you can't get he passed away. But you know,
I have dream sequences about Daisy Ridley.
No.
the Juice says wild card Highlander. Larry Harris. They do an about face and walk away from each other. That's pretty funny. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Exactly. Not a Game of Thrones fan at all. This is Tabletop Sports Delaware. So my vote is Luke is not really based on a comparison of any kind. You have a fan in Juice, Ron. Moni's a big Star Wars fan, just says, I love Luke. Our good friend John W. Going with Jon Snow, he was the last beacon of hope for a satisfying ending, and then, oh dear.
Gave me a satisfied ending.
He did. He killed that bitch. Juice. Oh, Luke is a disappointment. How about John Sky? Oh, if they had it. You know what? That's interesting. I like that. John Skywalker.
Luke Snow.
Han's my babe, though. Moni G. Evengi Crosby says, let's think about this. Dude, the dude with the bigger sword is making up for something. Just saying, possibly.
Yeah.
That was a nice imitation. Well done, Al. Thank you. Uh-oh. Moni G. Luke is not a disappointment. That's the way I think she's saying it. You not see the... You
They
not...
made Luke a whiny little bitch in the last movie. Totally did.
You not see the last movie he was in? They made Luke... John W. If you erase Disney from Star Wars, Luke is still awesome.
And
Hey,
straight.
it could be done. Living on a prayer. Luke Skywalker all day long in the movies. In real life, I would want Kit Harington. Yummy. Nice. I'm hoping... Well, it doesn't matter. Male or female. That's... I know who that is anyway. Tabletop Sports Delaware. Or they should just pull the plug on episode... Oh, boy. A lot of hate on Star Wars here. Rightfully so. They really are the same character. It is true. That's why I chose it. And I did have a feeling. I just had it. I said my good friend John W. is going to be here. And we're going to have... Hopefully we get him on to talk a little football before the season starts. Devin can talk a little bit Bronco. It doesn't have to be like serious. Just why you're a fan of the team. You know, what Ron, Giants, and Devin with the Broncos, me with the Patriots, our good friend JW with the Browns, maybe Chris come on, Steelers. So, and he likes the Browns too, I believe, but he's a Steelers fan. That's a conundrum there.
All those Ohio State fans just make me angry.
All right, now to the next slide. We only have a few more.
Oh, Davy.
Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
Okay.
Or Davy and Goliath.
What's the question?
Who's still a virgin?
Davy. You know that Charlie Brown and Lucy hooked up in high school?
On the little redheaded girl? Oh, hell yeah.
Wow. Charlie Brown and Lucy. Ooh. Wow. Because Lucy... Do you think Lucy really liked Chuck? I thought Chuck would have a menage a trois, as they say, with Peppermint Patty and what's-her-face? Marcy.
Oh, and Marcy?
Yeah.
That was in college, but...
Yeah, I don't think Charlie Brown's a virgin.
No.
Devin?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, he had a harem of women going on.
Yeah, he just didn't realize it.
And you know what? It just all kids always hate who they always pick on the people they like. Everybody picked on Charlie Brown because everybody secretly liked Charlie Brown.
I like Chuck.
When we got into the high school years and the college years, Charlie Brown.
that's why I think that
Charlie Brown was pimping big time.
I agree with Devin. I agree with Uncle Ron. Your thought again, Uncle Ron. You were saying something.
Yeah, I mean, Devin makes a great point. You always liked the ones that you hated the most as a kid, and Charlie Brown and Lucy didn't get along as kids. And so one night, some Labatt 50s.
A little Barry White.
Little Barry White.
Wow, wow. Bow chicka wow, wow.
Let's get enough of your love.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Right. Let's Get It On is Marvin Gaye, right?
Yeah.
A little Marvin Gaye and Barry White. Let's get it on. Or when I get that feeling, I need sexual healing. All right, let's go to the chat.
Well, plus also Snoopy shot down the Red Baron twice.
Yeah. So Snoopy's an excellent wingman.
Oh yeah.
Snoopy is everything that Brian from Family Guy wishes he was.
Exact. Great job, Uncle Ron. Ba-doom, boom. Now let's go to the chat here and see what their thoughts on who's still a virgin, Charlie Brown or Davy from Davy and Goliath.
Here's your weird fact of trivia for the night.
Yes.
The movie Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown.
I like that movie.
Which he won.
Yes.
Do you remember what the prize was?
A prostitute.
No.
Just from the little redheaded girl.
No. A haircut from his father's barbershop.
That had to be the quickest haircut ever.
Yes. Not only a haircut, but from his dad. Think about that for a second. I mean, that's like no prize at all.
What? Wow. Our good friend JW says John for sure. Chuck, I'm sorry. Chuck for sure.
Really?
I think Charlie's had a few experiences that I wish I had. That's all.
I agree with Devin that Peppermint Patty and Marcy and Chuck hooked up.
Yeah, I think they hooked up. The Juice says, oh, I forgot to click. I'm sorry. That's our good friend JW. He votes for Chuck. The Juice says, Davy. Yeah, Davies. Yeah.
I mean, look, plastic hair, just kind of stiff and wooden.
Uncle Ron, you went there. That was pretty funny. Davy is a virgin, but his dog is not. I agree. Goliath is
Is this where we get into it with strawberry shortcake?
I hate strawberry short. I almost did one with that too. Who'd you like to murder most? But then I decided not. Tabletop Sports Delaware, Davy, and that is not a bad thing. Would wreck my religious upbringing. Otherwise, my life would be a lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagining Mr. Rogers doing it,
Really, Ron? We're going to go with Mr. Rogers doing it. You were disturbed by the underwear photos, and now
I'm agreeing with Chris that it would kind of ruin everyone's upbringing if you thought of the Jim Carrey playing Fred Rogers on Living Color.
Moni G says, "What's the question?
Who's the virgin?"
Thank God we have the Juice. Who's the virgin? That's the question. Larry Harris. Chuck has gotten some lucky. I'm sorry, lucky. So it looks like Chuck might win this one.
And we don't talk about the shower with Linus, right?
No. That was an experiment, I guess.
Yes.
Uncle Ron's on fuego, that's for sure. Living on a Prayer says, I'm still a virgin. Not sure how I gave birth to my 2 kids. Please explain. Well, I'm not going to. That's a good one.
Devin for that one.
Devin is now gone, but he'll be back.
A bridge too far.
Yes, that's my new line. John W. The little redheaded girl was his fake internet girlfriend, like Notre Dame.
Tail, right? Wasn't that?
Oh my God, that is funny. That's a good one. Can we all agree Peppermint Patty was the first transgender on TV? Ooh, I thought she was the first bisexual on TV, to be honest. Yeah. She was hot for Chuck. Now, would she have become
Peppermint Pat?
Oh, that'd be disappointing. Well,
No.
I think she was bisexual. I definitely think she was bisexual. I think she had a thing for Chuck. I think she preferred women, but she had a thing for Chuck. She always like Chuck this, Chuck that. I'm sure she did some Chuck stuff. I'm sure she chucked. I'm just positive that she Chuck.
Good. So you're not buying the whole Chuck and Lucy thing in high school?
No, I think that could have been, a night of
Yeah, not
debauchery.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, a night of debauchery. Charlie Brown. Oh wow. Moni G. Well, I'm a girl with auburn curly hair. I love Charlie Brown. He would love you because he liked the girl with auburn curly hair. We have gotten someone out of the depths. Our good friend, the Cubs, the Bears, the great white shark. As soon as Charlie Brown tried to nail Lucy, she would pull her football away. Oh,
that's funny.
That is good.
No, I think that she would be the one that would hit on him.
Wow. We're learning things. We're learning. That's a great line, the Cubs, the Bears thing.
I love it. That's funny.
Woodstock won. The greatest baseball player, Joe Shablotnik.
That's the baseball card he always tried to get, remember? So he bought the 100 penny packs and he couldn't pull the card, and Lucy goes and buys the one and
she got it. That's right.
Right.
I forgot about that. That's a great line. I forgot about that. Davey probably became a TV evangelist, so that cuts him out. Well, some of those TV evangelists, they've had some racy histories. Now, whoopsie. Tabletop Sports Delaware. Oh, Lady Auburn, you are such an great neighbor.
It's a beautiful day,
in the neighborhood. Sing it, Uncle Ron. Sing it.
It's a beautiful day in the neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Tom Hanks is playing him in a movie.
Really?
You haven't seen the trailer for that?
No, I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, I agree with that, Moni.
I think Marcy loved Patty. I agree. For a religious cartoon, there is some mixed messages there, and I love Charlie Brown.
I mean, Tom Hanks, they made him look like Fred Rogers. It's amazing.
I'm going to have to check that out. We're going to have to check that out. John W. I thought Patty was a dude originally. I think Patty loved Chuck. Oh, yeah. I think so. Moni G. I think Lucy pulled the football move to get Charlie on his back. Oh, wow. Never thought of that.
Wow.
Living on a Prayer says, I'm having a great laugh. Thank you, everyone. That's what we're here for. I know I'm going to get a gazillion hate messages, but oh well.
They would perverted Charlie Brown.
Speedy delivery.
Why do they call him Mr. McFeely, huh?
Mr. McFeely. Oh, wow. I just got that when you said Mr. McFeely. Speedy delivery. I got it. And Tabletop Sports, I think this is the way Ron felt when we had the underwear picks up.
Good grief.
A little quick on the draw, Sir Chuck. And I think that's the last one. Let me check.
There's one more.
There's one more. I can't see because this thing's in the freaking way. Let's just keep going like this. I can't. All right.
There's one more.
Oh, there is one more. Okay. Devin, let's go back here. Hold on a second. There is one more. No, he's still there. He just shut down everything. He must be doing something. That's okay. We hope everything's okay with Devin. Yep. And everything. He's just probably got to do something. So we'll go to the last one here. Let's go here. Which do you prefer and why? Looney Tunes or Disney and Friends?
No concept.
This should be a landslide victory one way. And if it's not, I'm booting people from the chat.
I just never have found the Disney cartoons to be that funny.
No, they're not. They're god-awful.
Pluto. Goofy and Pluto were kind of okay, but, I was watching some of the Looney Tunes last week, pushing 50 and laughing my ass off.
You made a great point. You're right. With Disney, the ones that were mildly amusing were Goofy or Pluto. Those were the ones that were. I mean, they were okay, but they were nowhere near as.
Many weren't offensive, and Donald just drove me nuts. Oh, okay. Yeah, check the private chat there, Al.
Okay.
I mean, you could kind of smirk at some of the stuff that Mickey and Minnie did, but as far as, can you recite a line from a Disney cartoon?
No.
And you and I and Devin could probably, go through Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies pretty much line by line.
I say boy, Foghorn Leghorn. You're right. Then the classic.
Rabbit, kill
the rabbit. You're right, because Looney Tunes had a much bigger impact, as everyone's picking Looney Tunes in the chat.
Yeah.
Looney Tunes was awesome. I miss Looney Tunes. I have the DVDs, and you can find them to watch and all that. But there was something that when you woke up or you came home from school and you watched Looney Tunes.
Oh, it's passing by.
Just passing by.
I mean, they got away with murdering those.
The things they said and did was incredible. They were so funny. Even when they tried to tone them down a bit in the 60s, and, there was the animation in the 60s. They didn't do as much of the background animation. It was more bland, but they were still funny. Not as funny as the other ones, but still good. You're despicable. I mean,
despicable.
After he had his beak shot off 500 million different ways in duck season, rabbit season. That's
I dream a genie. She's a light brown hair. And Disney's animation department has turned out masterpieces, including Fantasia.
Yeah,
which is kind of dark in some areas.
It's very dark. That scared me as a kid. Now, I'm just saying Disney movies are good, and I get it. They're not all meant to be funny. They're like Lady and the Tramp. Looney Tunes was something that was in my house almost every day as a kid. It was funny. It taught you opera. It really did. It taught.
How much classical music did we learn from watching?
Exactly. That line in Seinfeld. There's a line where they go, "Did you learn all your culture from Looney Tunes?" And then he went, "Yeah, I did." Because it was funny, and they touched on stuff. They did. I mean, the stuff the hairdresser, monsters is such. When he does the hairdresser thing.
Oh yes.
It's just funny, interesting people. Everyone's picking. Oh, no pants could be a deal breaker. Yeah, Porky didn't have pants. Is that what we're talking about?
A beat. That's all. That's right, Chuck.
The Cubs of Bear says Disney until age 5. Looney
That's about right.
Yeah, Loonies the rest of your life. That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's about right.
Funny. That's a great point. The Cubs of Bears.
I mean, now the Winnie the Pooh stuff held up quite well, which was all Disney.
Yeah, I always wondered what happened to Eeyore's tail. What the hell did they do that poor donkey? It's disturbing. I think
I mean, if you think that they're all stuffed creatures, it just fell off and it was sewn back on.
Okay, you put a nice point to it. I was going in a darker.
I was trying not to be the dirty old uncle like I usually end up being.
Todd B, how you doing, my friend? He says Wile E. Coyote kept Acme Company in business for years. I'll tell you a quick funny story. I've told it before. I'll tell it really quick. I always rooted for Wile E. Coyote to catch the Roadrunner because I was like, he just wanted to. He was hungry. He needed something to eat. My friend at work one day turns to me, defeated every argument I ever had. Al, if he had all that money to buy stuff from Acme, whatever the hell it's called, Acme, why didn't he just buy some food? I went, you win. But I still loved Wile E. Coyote.
I love the couple that Bugs Bunny filled in for the Roadrunner.
Yeah, those were always good. Bugs Bunny and Marvin the Martian were classic.
Oh, yes. And the early Wile E. Coyotes actually talked.
With Bugs Bunny, he talked.
Yes, he talked.
Bugs Bunny, and that's when he goes, Wile E. Coyote, super genius. And then the train would hit him, and he'd go, my name's Mud. Good stuff. Brad says the Pink Panther. You know what? The Pink Panther was not a bad cartoon.
Well, Friz Feeling was a producer and directed a lot of the Pink Panther shorts.
Those were not bad cards. Those are funny. I like the Aardvark thing with the ant. That
Yes.
I think Jackie Mason was the voice of the Aardvark. That's a
Artie
good.
Johnson was the other one, wasn't it? And he passed away recently too.
Oh, Artie Johnson was funny. That whole Ruth Buzzy thing they did with the old man, old woman, and she'd smack him with the, great sitcom slapstick.
With the purse, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember having a dream back in the late 70s when Walter Cronkite was still
On CBS.
Yep, on CBS, announcing the death of the Roadrunner.
Well, the Coyote actually
You know,
that's a fascinating dream. The Coyote actually did catch the Roadrunner in one cartoon, let him go because he was Ahab and that was the white whale, and he goes, "What do I do? What do I do now?" I've only seen that cartoon twice. It is fact. It's not a fiction thing I'm making up. He catches a Roadrunner, and like Ron said, in those he didn't talk. He would hold up signs.
What do I do now?
He goes, "What do I do now?" And he let him go because that's what he did. He chased the Roadrunner. Todd B says, "Did Acme sell guns to shoot the Roadrunner?" No, he always came up with those elaborate
Super Cruise and the
remember the bat suit? And he goes smash. Oh God, John W, our good friend. Pink Panther was great. Yeah, it was I like the Aardvark and the Roadrunner, the spin-off. When they show you that one. I'm sorry, the Aardvark and the Ant. I'm sorry, I like that one.
Check your private chat out
again. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I keep.
But yeah, I mean, Pink Panther was great. We got into Dudley Do Right in tonight's game. Here's something that my mind wanders in a million different directions, and it's something I didn't realize until I was 48 years old, almost 48 years old.
Oh, I know where you're going with this because I think you said that in your game today.
Didn't you realize? Is it kind of funny that Nell always went for the horse?
I never thought of that until you said it. I was laughing. Dudley Do-Right always gets his man.
Right. Oh, never. Wow.
I just thought of that. Savoir-faire is everywhere. Larry Harris. Saturday mornings were awesome. And later in the morning was This Week in Baseball and then the Baseball Bunch in the summer month. Oh, Larry, you just brought back so many fun memories. Again, nostalgia. That's what we do here. We're nostalgic. A lot of fun. Highly recommend if you have Netflix, if you're an 80s kind of person, Stranger Things.
I mean, SpongeBob is kind of the closest thing to Looney Tunes.
SpongeBob, I didn't watch that for the longest time, right? Because I thought it was stupid. Without watching it, I judged it, right? My brother-in-law says, "Yeah, you got to watch this. This stuff's hilarious." And he actually said what you just said, not in different words, but he was like, basically, this is the closest thing you're going to get to Looney Tunes. I watched it. I paid it. I was laughing my ass off. One of the greatest that's a great one. They did the whole dolphin where when you swore, they did the dolphin talk. That is one of the funniest cartoons. Definitely a top 10 funny cartoon besides Looney Tunes, because I love everything Looney Tunes, but that's up there. The whole swearing thing, and they do the dolphin, and you see SpongeBob going, "You," and they're it's funny. Let's go to the chat. Philip, Scooby-Doo would be a second to. Yes, without Scrappy though.
Oh God,
Scrappy ruined that cartoon. We've gone through that. It's fun to go through this stuff, but yeah.
Scooby is that once you saw one, you saw them all.
It was the same thing, but I did enjoy that. I didn't mind the same recipe. Looney Tunes, you had a lot of different characters. You had a lot of different. I mean, the whole gag.
So creative. I mean, you knew that the coyote would die once a minute. So when a Roadrunner coyote, he would be killed 7 times. But I mean, there was the Looney Tunes where they did Jack Benny as a mouse.
Yep, those were the old. They did a lot of that. They did Abbott and Costello as mice. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. They did one of the best tear-jerking cartoons. You could rival it with Disney. They had a mouse that they only made 2 cartoons with. Squeaker or something like that, where he was a mouse. He was a nice little mouse, and he tried to help people or animals. And he comes across this bird and he nurses the bird back to, a little baby bird. And he comes to find out the bird keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it becomes like a hawk. What does a hawk eat? Mice. Now, the bird, this is Mom. The little mouse is Sniffles. Sniffles he's only in a few.
I remember that one, yeah.
This is one of the best tear-jerking cartoons, rivals anything Disney did that make you tear up. He goes, what do you want to eat? He keeps feeding him things, and now he goes, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. And he realized, let's look up and see what you should be eating. And he eats mice. And you're sitting there going, I remember as a kid, the words out of my mouth were, that son of a bitch better not eat Sniffles. Sniffles took care of him when he was hurt, raised him. And so the whole point is Sniffles tries to stay awake, and the hawk keeps trying to make him go to sleep. And finally, Sniffles gives in to his tiredness, and he falls asleep. And the hawk's right about to eat him, and he stops, and he starts crying. I can't do this. As much as he wants to eat him, he can't do this. But now he's just, why do I have to be this type of bird? And he throws the book, Uncle Ron. You remember that? And he flips through the book. He's pissed, or he throws the book. The book opens up to a page saying, if you have a red dot on your lower back, not a tattoo, folks, you don't eat mice. And so he wakes up Sniffles, and Sniffles is like, no, don't eat me, don't eat me. And he says, no, I don't eat mice. Look at the book. And then he shows him he has a red dot. And they walk away. They walk away hand in hand, and then you see the paint. He didn't want to scare Sniffles. He was never going to eat Sniffles, and he painted a red dot. And it was one of the best cartoons ever, and it taught you about loyalty. I know that sounds silly, but it taught you about
it's absolutely
loyalty.
True. They were very creative in that. There's the one from just after the war, and it's Mom and Dad are planes, and it's a baby piston plane.
Oh, I remember that was a good. Yeah.
And they're racing against the new jets, and the jets just weren't reliable in the late 40s. Yep. And Dad pulled out one more win.
More win. That was a good one. That's an old school. Yeah, the old school ones. I'm getting goosebumps. That was another one. That stuff rivaled anything that Disney did. They did a tearjerker in a different way. They had a lot of comedy in it, but that stuff rivaled what Disney did when they're trying to play with your emotions.
Right.
That was great. I forgot that was a good one too. And then they had but that was the Sniffles the mouse, and they only made actually one Sniffles the mouse, and they kind of made him a bat too. So he was like Sniffles the bat. Same concept where he's this kind of nice creature. But yeah. They brought him back when they brought back Looney Tunes later on. When they did the pigeons were like Goodfellas, and but it was Looney Tunes. They brought back Looney Tunes, and then they actually brought back Looney Tunes on Cartoon Network when they were older.
Bugs and Daffy lived together or something like that.
It was actually kind of funny. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the original stuff, but they showed them as adults.
I mean, it's so hard now to do that.
Let's go to the chat real quick, and we're going to call it a stream shortly. Moni, I like Tom and Jerry. That was fun. The old ones were funny.
Now, it's interesting because I remember the newer ones when they were friends, and was surprised when I started watching the shorts that they hated each other. Of course, it's
you never saw. Oh yeah, they had some. They would do like. They did it the right way. Tom and Jerry, they introduced a smaller mouse that was Jerry's
cousin or something like that.
Cousin or nephew, I can't remember. And he was a little more brave, but he wasn't silly brave. They did they did a Three Musketeers version. Tom and Jerry was actually the old ones were quite clever, very funny.
I liked it better than Sylvester and Tweety.
Sylvester and Tweety. Okay, that's a good question. And I like all the Looney Tunes, but probably that storyline was...
Tweety was such a douche.
Yeah, that was my least favorite one, was Sylvester. I like Sylvester when he was with other, Porky Pig.
And when the son in the kangaroo, I mean, that was pretty funny. Oh,
yeah.
Father.
Yeah.
But Tweety just,
Tweety was probably the most annoying Looney Tune character. Yeah. My least favorite. Again, I didn't if I had to choose one not to watch, it'd be Tweety. Elmer Fudd was great. A lot of good stuff with Porky. I'm telling you, I will go back to it. Porky Pig. And a Daffy Duck. trying to sneak out of that hotel, go through all these gags, and they go, I know who we should call. They call Bugs Bunny up. They do the split screen, just like me and Uncle Ron, or split screen. And they go, and Bugs Bunny goes, did you try this? Did you try that? Did you do this? And they're like, yeah, we did that. We did this. We did that. He goes, they don't work, do they? No, how do you know? I'm in the room next door, because he couldn't get out of there. It's kind of funny. Good stuff. So.
The Porky playing Friar Duck or Friar Pig in the Robin Hood one.
That is a classic. That is the Sarai sirloin of beef. Remember, he keeps hitting him with the whatever the hell that mutton of chop. You know, he just keeps bashing the sheriff in the head with that. Oh my God, that's too funny. And at the end, they have a clip with Errol Flynn in that movie. He says, I'm Robin Hood ashore. You know, that famous clip, if you've ever seen the Errol Flynn Robin Hood, where he swings from the, on the vine onto the tree and he goes, welcome to Sherwood Forest. I'm Robin Hood. That's how the cartoon ends. Awesome. Great one. And then the classic. And Devin's back.
Yay!
We couldn't end without Devin. So we're talking about Looney Tunes. Everyone's in favor of Looney Tunes over Disney. And Devin, just share some thoughts with your thoughts on Looney Tunes, and then we'll call it a stream.
Oh, it's got to be Looney Tunes. I mean, Looney Tunes has taught me everything I needed to know in life. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Yep.
It has taught me classical music. It has taught me opera. It has taught me never take a left at Albuquerque.
That's right. That is right. All true. Looney Tunes was just awesome. And Ron brought up some good points here. Pluto and Goofy were okay. No.
Pluto and Goofy was about the weirdest thing about Looney Tunes. Pluto's a dog. Goofy's a
Disney,
dog.
Disney, yeah.
About Disney.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah.
Pluto's a dog. Goofy's a dog. You've got a dog leading another dog around on a leash. Daffy Duck had 3 nephews. They never mentioned anything about his sister or his brother. Where did these nephews come from?
How did you feel about Porky Pig never wearing pants?
Well, Kermit never wore pants either, so.
It's not easy being green.
That's right. I mean, look at Daffy Duck. He's not wearing pants. Daisy Duck isn't wearing pants.
That's true.
Of course, by the same token, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, they never wore pants either.
But they're more furry.
Well, they are.
Daffy always looks like he's a priest. Take a look at his neck. It looks like he's wearing a vestment.
Daffy, one of the funniest with Daffy Duck, that's a good one. One of the funniest with Daffy Duck is, again, I brought it up with Sylvester the cat. They go to that house and he doesn't want to leave, and the mice are trying to kill them both. That another class, and he thinks it's Sylvester. He goes, and he does that line, Sylvester, did insanity run in your family? Just funny stuff that it's even funnier when you become older because you get it more. You got the slapstick, and now you're getting the other comedy. You
should look up on YouTube William Q. Bryan.
William Q. Bryan.
He was the original voice of Elmer Fudd, and he looked like Elmer Fudd.
Really? That's fun.
And then after he died, Mel Blanc took over for a while. But yes.
Oh.
A priest like Mort from Mort.
Living on a Prayer. Errol Flynn was Tasmanian, where I was born. I did not know that. Todd B. Bugs Bunny singing opera. That's another.
Retwine, won't you retwine my love?
The barber,
growing up now. Oh,
yeah. The Harris, what was that called? The Barber of Seville. They basically did.
Yeah.
That is one of the funniest. That is hilarious.
From an opera, happy ending.
That was the one where he got killed. I didn't like that one. I never liked.
No.
You know what was a great one? The frog. Remember the frog that could sing? Hello,
hello, my baby. Hello, my rectangle.
And anytime someone else would show up, he wouldn't do it. That was just. And then remember at the end of that cartoon, another guy finds it a gazillion years later, and he does the same thing. He runs away. Great stuff. I mean, that so creative, Looney Tunes. They did boxing. They did wrestling. They did. I don't know if they did football. I don't remember football, but they did
Football
baseball.
wasn't as big in the 40s.
No. They did boxing. Boxing was hilarious. Him and the Crusher. Then they did wrestling. Him and the Crusher. Bugs Bunny and the Crusher. Just put your shoulders down. Yeah, just when he ever did, hey boy, hold this for me, and it's a huge slingshot, and he shoots a boulder back at him. They did bullfighting. That's another classic. The Mexican hat dance. Bum, 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 bum. Fun stuff.
I knight thee, sir, beef of tenderloin.
Boom! We were talking about that when you were there. That's the Robin Hood one. Yep. Sirloin of beef, mutton of chop, and he just keeps bashing the crap out of the sheriff's head. Remember when he sold him the property? I can envision you building a house there, and he's building the house. He's a little happy, and he goes, he spits, he bites the nails. That is just such fun stuff. Brad C2, we had the best cartoons. We had some fun cartoons, and it's unfortunate they don't do it anymore. Saturday mornings are boring as hell. They've ruined Saturdays. Bring back cartoons on Saturdays. I'm going to tell you right now, the world would be a better place. Make people laugh. And these were funny. They couldn't make the cartoons that they made then or prior.
I even remember in the 80s they started editing all the Looney Tunes, editing all the violent stuff out of it. What the hell is this?
I would not watch Looney Tunes on a certain channel because they edited it, but on channel 20 they were not edited, and that's the only after school because they were on two different channels, and I wouldn't watch them on the other one. They weren't funny. You took the funniness out of them. The point is the slapstick and one of the best ones they did. I think it was in the 60s or late 50s. You wouldn't hit a vampire with glasses, would you? He went boom. With Abracapocus, Hocus Cadabra. That one was
a good one.
That was funny. Living on a Prayer. We're gonna end it pretty soon. She says that was my most favorite cartoon. The singing frog. It was. They only did that frog in that one cartoon. That was hilarious.
As you said, they just did the greatest one-off characters. We talked about two of them. The one from the late 30s with the owls. I want to sing a.
Yes, that had no. Yeah, it was a jazz singing thing.
Right.
The owl. The parents were very educated, and he wanted to be a singer. I want to sing it. I want to
dance. Yeah,
that's a great one. I know that's a different type of Looney Tunes. That was fun. There was something funny here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Todd B. Wonder why Looney Tunes never created a female for. Oh, they did once in a while.
They did.
They never. Those characters.
In Space Jam, Jessica.
And they did one. They did.
Wasn't her name Babs?
Babs Bunny. Yeah.
They did one where he had a Russian order bride. They tried to hook him up with a Russian Elmer because the Russian female bunny was depressed, and he captured Bugs Bunny to be her boyfriend. That's hilarious.
She was fat, right?
She was a girthy girl.
She was Bertha Waka Waka.
That was funny. That was funny. Yeah. She was a Rotundo Kami. Is that what you said?
Yes.
And then our good friend John says, where is it? Because he was always Bugs Bunny was the first transvestite on TV that I saw. He was always dressed up like a woman. Fun stuff. Remember when he had Elmer fall for him?
Yeah.
And he goes, what do you want? I'm paraphrasing. What do you want, dear? I would just like a duck dinner. And he just goes bouncing over and he shoots Daffy right in the face. It was awesome.
Despicable.
Moni G, Witch Hazel, another great character. You remind me. Oh, what the hell was her tarantula's name? She goes because she's gonna kill Bugs Bunny. He has the sad eyes. You remind me of George. Who was George? My pet tarantula. It was just good stuff. Witch Hazel, another great character. Moni G, Bugs Bunny was an awesome drag queen. I agree, but I accepted Bugs Bunny that way.
The square dance one.
It was more funny to see Bugs Bunny dressed up in drag. The square dancing one with the hillbillies, kick him in the shin, poke him in the eyes, whirl, whirl, whirl and twirl. That you can find on YouTube. That, if you have not seen, is freaking hilarious. Then they did the one with the two chefs, which is basically a spin-off of the hillbilly ones or vice versa, where they're saying, "Who taught you this?" He goes, "I learned from Master Chef Pierre." And they're like, "You learned from the great Pierre," and he made whatever it was. That was great stuff. Bugs Bunny, Marvin the Martian was a great foil. We talked about that. Bugs Bunny. There's only the Gremlin got the best of Bugs Bunny. In one of those cartoons, the Gremlin, who was only on maybe only that one time.
I watched that.
It was during a World War II episode.
Yeah.
Yep. Remember when he goes, he knocked Bugs Bunny Daffy, and he goes, "What are you gonna do? You're gonna test these." And he gives him a hammer, and he's testing the artillery shells by hitting him. Then all of a sudden he comes through. He goes, "What am I doing?" He goes, "Yeah." The Gremlin was the only one who got the best of him. The hotel manager, we find out in that cartoon with Daffy and Porky, got the best of him. And Elmer in the opera gets him. Kill the rabbit, right?
Little bunny.
Spell on magic helmet.
Magic helmet. Yosemite Sam trying to kiss up and get.
Oh, the great.
Oh my God. With Granny. That was a good one, right? Is that the one with Granny? He's trying to get her money. That is hilarious. Yeah, I forgot about. There's so many good ones. All right. Well, we're coming to an end here. We went 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's a good return for Chat with Al. We've been off for a while. I like to do it with my friend. I don't really like to do it without. I got to have at least Devin or Ron. And I like to have them both. This is the crew here, right here. And we will add once in a while to it. And we hope to always have Devin and Uncle Ron. We'd like to get Dave Gardner back on. We'd like to get Chris back on. Moni G. She's an excellent foil for us. We'd like to get Bobby Cantillano back on, amongst others. As the Juices crew. It's a lot of fun. I like these discussions and chats. We have fun with it. And it's fun to makes it fun, and we make people laugh, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And remember to check out all the wonderful content creators in the FOC. As Moni G says, yes, please. You can be on next week if we're able to all come back on, and we'll have a little more discussion. So thank you to everyone. We're not going to go through Leopold. Oh my God. Remember that one? Leopold. That is so funny. And of course, we want our good friend JW back on also. So many fun people. And we'll be doing.
Can I just say I'm pissed at Dog? Can I express vent a little bit of frustration?
Yes,
I look forward
to
his Final Fantasy videos.
I like you. Go ahead. You know what? Hold on 1 second. Let me get rid of stop share. Okay, go ahead. I miss Dogs. I miss Dogs.
I looked forward to his Final Fantasy, and with Boots and
because he had a sidekick character.
Yeah.
And the character that looked like Wonder Woman. His character
That's
sort of looked like. Yeah.
And I honestly, that's what got me through a lot of my days sometimes, was just watching him for several hours at a time. And then I couldn't find him anymore. And it made me sad. Dog, I hate you.
But yet we love you.
But yes, I love you.
Yeah, it is. I tell you, I had that. Where did I see that? I think it was in Discord. Was it you, Uncle Ron, who said something happened to Dog's channel? Someone in Discord said something happened to Dog's channel.
Yeah, because I got someone was showing up as no longer whatever, and I hit it and it was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going back. I was going back to try to find one of Dog's videos, and it wasn't showing up on YouTube. I was like, did they really drop the banhammer on him this time? And then I jumped into Discord, which all of the community should be in.
Yes, and if you here's sorry to interrupt. If you want to be in Discord, because Uncle Ron, you're right. Let's not just because
don't put the link in the chat.
Yeah. Just put a message on this video. Moni G is a member of Discord, amongst other people, a lot of people, and we're trying to grow our Discord. It's a fun place to come and just have fun, and you don't have to be a sports simmer. A lot of the people in are, but they're nice people, and you just discuss stuff, and you put up, if you're doing a video or just want to chit chat, there's usually someone in there. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes there's more people in it, but it's fun. And Devin's right.
We don't have the drama that a lot of other Discords
It won't be tolerated. We have one simple rule. Al doesn't tolerate drama. We don't talk certain things. We're never going to talk certain things. it's all right to have your opinions on those things. Keep them to yourself or discuss them elsewhere. That our Discord's about having fun and making people happy. You wouldn't think that would come out of my mouth, would you? But yeah, I miss Dog. But he's backing away. He's back. But we look forward to more stuff. And hopefully, Dog, let's do your Ben-Hur that you so graciously let me tag along with. Let's do that without that video. Because it's awesome. So I think Dog has now left us. But I hope you're still there, Dog. We love you. Anyway, Devin, continue on.
No, I said my piece.
Okay. So, all right. So we're going to, Uncle Ron,
Yes, sir.
you're up. Thank you very much for stopping by and joining us.
My pleasure. And so the podcast is digitaltodice.com. We do it with Dave Gardner. And game 2 of my World Series is tomorrow at 4 Eastern, or today at 4 Eastern time. That's PM. And so watch for that between the Expos and the Orioles.
OG?
Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in the comments section.
And before we leave, thanks, OG. Sorry I dumped it. Our good friend Dog, John W. We do. I'm glad he's back.
Yes.
I just had a feeling he was going to show up tonight in the chat, and we want to get him back on whenever he wants to. No pressure. Not that there's pressure, but when you want to come on. Also, we're going to have Travis. Comics with Bueller was in here. I forgot. I said hello in the chat. I think I yelled out hello, Trav. We're going to try to get him back on. And we'll be doing some things with W Vogs, that's Will, during the week with movies and stuff in September. So that's that. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate everyone who spent some time. Hope we made you laugh. We had some fun. So till next time, health and happiness. Take care. Bye-bye. You know what's coming, folks. Peace and God bless.